up, my Dominican Route family? What's going on, y'all? It's so good to be here. Shout out to everybody that's been with me from day one. 3 years. I just saw y'all 3 years. 3 years ago, I started this channel. So anyway, shout out to everybody. We're gonna jump right into it. I left everybody off for a second because I know everybody heard about all the stuff that was going on with me and another YouTuber, Ronan. So I want to tell you guys, me and Ronan had a conversation. We talked. Shout out to the brother. I always looked up to him. I always supported him. I always said good job to him. And we talked for about 30 minutes on the phone. So with that being said, and then we said one day we're going to sit down and have a beer. So, people love conflict. Those numbers, I think in 4 hours, I think I had like 600 views. And that's the thing that I always talk about. The ass and titties and drama and fighting and niggas pulling up and all that shit. That's always gonna get the big views and all that. And I want to be a YouTuber, and Ronan said the same thing. So when I'm talking about somebody, I'm not talking about Ronan. I'm talking about just us as YouTubers in general. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And he said he's changing some things from when he first started. I changed some things from when I first started, and we all trying to improve on things. It's not a competition. Everybody has their own lane. And then he does he puts up some big numbers with his lives, and my lives, they're doing good. I'm happy. I love what's going on with 40, 50, 60 people sometimes. I love it. It's gonna grow. It's fine. But we have women, we have men, we just have all types of people. And like Ronan, he caters mostly to the men, and it's okay. That's fine. That's just his thing. But with that being said, I just want everybody to understand that we good. Yeah. Nobody needs to make no other calls and say, "Oh, coach, he was talking about you. What you gonna do?" and all that stuff. And that energy, that was I'm not gonna let nobody come at me and not clap back. I'm just not gonna do that. But it's still draining, and so what it all led to was Rico saying what he said. And I told Ronan, and Ronan never heard of Rico ever. He's like, man, I never even heard of this dude. Rico has been on all the YouTubers talking shit about all these passport bros and all of this shit. And I let him know. I was like, hey, I don't have anything to do with what Rico said. Rico says what he says. Rico has done a great job. And Rico ain't perfect. Rico has messed up on a lot of things, in my opinion, and I tell him to it in his face. But 90% of the stuff, he's been getting on these YouTubers and holding them accountable. If Rico would just come on and start talking bad about black women or just American women in general, I'll kick him off the show. But I really like what he's doing. Rico talk. What he call me? What's the word he always call me, y'all? What is it? What do he call me? Can't get right. He called me y'all know what it is. But with that being said, Rico has really, really, really done a great job by nipping all these stupid ass YouTube channels in the bud. And I'm not talking about Ronan, so I'm just talking about in general. See, I don't talk about people's name. I don't say anybody's name, but Rico, he goes and say people's names sometimes. And we talked about it. And that's a radio. Thank you, Harris. Thank you, brother. He called me radio. That's it. And I call him can't get right. So, man, Rico is Rico. He keeps energy on here. I love it because y'all know I'm all about having fun, playing with Jordan, spending time with my family, doing vlogs and stuff like that. I just feel happy. I don't care if I have 300 views or 2,000 views or 10,000 views. I don't care. it feels good because I'm disabled, and you guys give me energy and peace and happiness and things like that. Y'all tell me when I mess up, and coach, you need to do this, coach, you need to do that. So that's why I started the YouTube channel, you know, not to try to make a whole bunch of money off of it. You know, if it comes, it comes. That's cool. I love money, but going back to Rico, Rico gives a lot of positive things. It's just certain ways how he do it. He has cussed out all YouTubers, been banned from Passport Bros. I like certain Passport Bros. Me and Rico get into it. And again, I'm not talking about Ronan. So I'm finished talking about Ronan. Shout out to that brother. I'm finished talking about it. I'm talking about just us being accountable. YouTubers need to be accountable. And that's what it's all about. Rico, I talk about Passport Bros, and Rico says, "Oh, you standing up for Passport Bros." I'm not standing up for them. It's Passport Bros out there that I believe that do a good job, that give back to the community, that do certain things, that help out, that support people, and just don't show ass and titties all the time, and are just creep camming. And that's what we're going to talk about today, that creep camming, all that bullshit. So what I love about Rico the most, and I'll be done with Rico and all this Ronin stuff and all that stuff because we good. What I love about Rico the most, he keeps people accountable. All this shit you see in Colombia, y'all, they killing brothers, and they going down there making it rain. Me and Rico talked about it. They disrespecting these women, and we don't want the Dominican Republic to be like, here goes some more niggas. Here they come again. They disrespecting our women. They got cameras out trying to make some money. You know, why don't y'all do that in the United States? So, and I'm not talking about any one person. I'm just saying, like, we have to hold ourselves accountable in these people's country. And then we'll be looking crazy when people start saying, "Oh shit, what's going on? Why they treating us bad now? Why they kicking us out? Why they giving us limitations on our passports?" And all? Because we told a motherfucker up. And Rico can't stand that. If you're gonna do your dirt, and I feel the same way, I agree with Rico on that. If you do your dirt, do your dirt. I always say this, and I'm not. People get mad when I say it. White people buy their cocaine, get their women, and go sit their ass down somewhere. They do it, and not all white people. Of course, I'm not talking about every white person snort cocaine. So don't say Coach John said all white people snort cocaine. I'm telling you, that's what they do compared to what black people, black YouTubers do, always showing the bullshit like they never been nowhere before. That's what I like about Rico. We talked about other things, and we're going to have to tone it down on certain things and things like that. He going to say his piece. That's Rico. But that's what I love about having him on the live, because he brings energy. We cuss each other out. You know, he calls me radio. I call him can't get right. We have fun. And then we say, "Hey man, you have a good day, brother. See you later, man. Love you. I'll holler at you later. Peace." And then later on, we might get off and talk like, "Hey man, I don't think you should have said that." And then he get on my ass. So with that being said, I think that's all I had to say with that. And then we're gonna jump into the topic about how they get strict on these YouTubers, creep camming and all that stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna send the shout outs real quick. Walk on. What's going on, brother? I'm gonna answer a couple questions. I'm gonna bring Rico up. I'm gonna bring Nikki up, and I'm gonna let Rico say his piece about the whole situation, and then we'll go into the topic for today. Anyway, walk on. What's going on, brother? Juan, good to see you always. Let's get it. That's me. Okay, DJ Ben. Hello, everyone. Shout out to you, brother. El Camano, what's going on, brother? And shout out to all my sisters in the United States, in the Dominican Republic. That's what I love about our channel. Rico was telling me that, Nikki, we was talking about it. We have probably the most balanced channel. We have women, they give their opinion, they voice their opinion. and men also. We just don't have a lot of men on our show. And ain't nothing wrong with having a lot of men on your show. If you want to have a lot of men on your show and y'all talking about stuff, and that's fine. I'm just saying I love the balance that we have. So Brooklyn, what's going on? What's up, coach? I have a new name, not Pimp Boy anymore. It's Pep Boy. Okay, cool, brother. Omar, shout out to you, brother. Harris, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much. That's what Rico called me, radio all the time. Dr. HP in the house. He really helped out with me and Rico with this situation also. So shout out to you, brother, for dropping the gems on us all the time and helping us out. I appreciate you, brother. Andre, you have came a long way, brother. Thank you so much, man. I'm not perfect, and that's what Ronan was saying. He not perfect. I'm not perfect. This shit ain't easy. This shit is tough. You're trying to balance stuff out. It ain't easy. But shout out to all the YouTubers out there that's doing their thing, doing it the right way. Shout out to all the YouTubers. All right, I'm going to bring Rico up. Jason, what's going on? I just got here. Do you and the guy work it out? Glad you guys worked it out. Yep, we worked it out, man. Thanks so much. I took my video down. He took his video down. Anthony, what's going on, brother? Anthony, I think you. What's up, coach? What's up with everyone? What's up, Anthony? I think you kind of late to the party. I don't know if you heard what was going on, but everything's good now. G Styles, what's going on? Let's see. I think that's about it. Let's see. Respect. Richardson says respect. GMM. More and more countries here is tightening the rules up. That's what we love about everything. That's what we like. We don't want to come here and tear shit up. We want to help improve shit. That's why we do stuff with the orphanage. That's why we do stuff with. We want to even help out with this trash problem, this dog and cat problem. We want to help out with all that stuff. GMM. Miss Price, another one of our sisters that's always on the channel. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. All right, let's go ahead and bring Rico up. Here we go. Where Rico at? Rico, what's up, brother?
What's up? You want to bring Nikki up? She can come up.
Yeah, let me bring Nikki up. Is Junior?
I don't want to keep anybody in the back.
Yeah,
hey,
Nikki.
Nikki, how you doing?
Hey, thank you, Rico. I was like, well, dang. What about little Nikki? What the hell?
Well, now you know I'm a simp because I did something nice for a black woman, so I'm a simp. You know what I'm saying? you know that's the narrative, right? Because I ain't cussing you out. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I have to be cussing you out and disparaging you. See what I'm saying? Right. This is just that act of kindness. It is the beginning of the hate towards any black man that would treat any black woman with a modicum of respect.
Right,
okay.
Right.
And that really touches on what I really want to talk about. And I'm not gonna be long with this shit, but I'm gonna say what I got to say. Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
We can start with the premise that John ain't my fucking father, and John don't tell me what to do any more than I tell him what to do. John has a great deal of respect for me because I have a great deal of respect for him. We go back and forth, bounce off ideas. I am consistently always looking out to protect my brother. I'm looking to say that he's not in spaces where people would try to take advantage of him or do him harm, because I know how these spaces are. Now, with that being said, what I said on the show is what the fuck I said. And I'll say it again if I so choose. But out of respect, and I ain't taking shit back. Absolutely not. I don't even feel like I went as far as I could have went or should have went. But out of respect for my brother, and let me say this, he has never asked me to tone nothing down at all. That's why I respect him, because John, here on the Dominican route, we are about a place of transparency and honesty. That is the thing that I go back and forth fighting with him about all the time about, no, we have to be authentic, transparent, and honest. Because I think in these spaces, I know in these spaces, you motherfuckers lie. Y'all lie like you wake up in the morning. You lie about the women you with fucking whores. Okay, I ain't naming nobody. So all you motherfuckers down there with the manginas that want to run back and cry and tell, Fuck you and fuck the motherfuckers you run and tell. Y'all know y'all are sitting out here painting the most dangerous narrative internationally for black men. The image in these countries of Brazil, Colombia, the DR, Philippines, and Thailand for international black men, it used to be a more positive image. Now it is a negative image because of the fucking shit that y'all are doing and putting up on the internet. I don't care about you doing it. You were doing it before. But once you start to publicize your debauchery, your reprobate behavior, and your degeneracy, it reflects on all of us and not just you. You know what I'm saying? I think my ancestors, I think back to like the year that Dr. King got killed, and he was in Memphis, Tennessee, down there for the strike workers, for the sanitation workers, and they're getting dogs lit up on them while they walking up and down the street holding signs saying, "I am a man." Okay, this is what they fought to give us a decent image, and in a generation, you motherfuckers just drug it through the mud. And
Right.
yes, I hate it. I find it disgusting. Again, it's not about I don't care what you do. I wish we didn't know what you were doing. We shouldn't know what you're doing, but we do, and therein lies the problem. So, back in the house. No.
Look, see, Rico keep everything correct the whole time. Look, he getting on somebody right now. Who you getting on, Rico?
I'm getting
Who
on
you
all
getting
of
on?
them.
Grandchildren. Mm-hmm. So back in
I'm
the
getting on
house.
all of them because, again, like I said, they said is, what am I telling that's not true? What am I not telling that's not true? That our ancestors didn't fight to be treated like human beings and treated like men. There was a point in time in America where when they talked about the black man, all they talked about was his sexual desires, how they wanted to protect white women because they're like fucking beasts. You know what? You guys are proving them right. You guys are proving them right. So when I hear a motherfucker say that in a span of several months, he spent $100,000 buying pussy from fucking whores, you show me a man of poor fucking judgment and character.
Hold on,
And
who
I
said that they
didn't.
spent 100,000?
Yes.
Just let Rico go right now, Nikki, for a second.
So it's
I just want to know who he's talking about. That's crazy. All right.
it's strictly out of
Yeah.
their mouth.
I got you, Nikki. Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
So the things that I say that y'all take, which you clutch your pearls about, are things that y'all heard. Y'all heard it yourself. But because the person is affable and likable and jovial and funny looking, you listen right past the bullshit. You hear this degenerate fucking behavior and you ignore it. But yet, it's still a reflection on all of us. But then get upset if someone was to call that said behavior out. Yet these same YouTubers who y'all love, that y'all got your man John as tight about, just in the span of this week, motherfuckers over there in Thailand ready to kill each other over some hookers. They slashing tires and everything else. I'm not making this shit up. Just this week, I sat there and I literally watched a live stream and I listened to one of the biggest YouTube in the travel space, a 25-something-year-old and two 50-year-olds talk about if World War III come, y'all better get out of America and run to South America. Pure abject fucking cowardice. No women in Colombia want men that run from America in the middle of a war. Instead of them sitting there saying, when your country goes to war, you take up arms and you defend it. These motherfuckers talking about cutting and running. Mm-hmm. Talking about cutting and running. As if World War III won't come to South America.
Right.
So they think they're having an intelligent conversation, and it's actually a stupid fucking conversation and it's stupid advice to give out. And it's evidence that World War III will come to South America because World War II went there. And World War I went there. Anytime there's a world fucking war, there's nowhere that you're safe. So it's idiotic and it's stupid. But see, at the same time, they're living under the protection of the U.S. today. So when you hear all this shit, I'm just sitting there saying, it's like, it's no way I'm the only person that hear this stuff. It isn't. But yet, these people, these content creators say and do these things day in and day out and day in and day out. And the minute somebody say, who the fuck are you? Y'all clutch your pearls. All you subs get your man Jonas tight. But see, if I tell you what, if I was sitting here banging on black women all day, calling them hyenas, calling them unruly, calling them out of place and everything else, y'all would cheer me on. If I sat here, if me and Coach was sitting here bashing on black women, we'd have 50,000 fucking subs. We would have.
Look at Nikki, Coach. Look at Nikki hair, Coach. Look at Nikki hair.
One thing, right? Because I think it was
I'm just playing, Nikki, but like that's so disrespectful.
I think it was last week. You and Coach said somebody asked, "Oh, Rico ain't got a black wife. Why he always taking up for black women?" If that was a black person that asked you that, you should look at them a certain kind of way, because I do not understand for the life of me why another black person would want to see black women unprotected. It is the most disgusting motherfucking shit I have ever seen. Whether you like them, had a bad experience with them or whatever. If I see, you don't hear white men saying leave white women unprotected. You don't hear Hispanic men saying leave Hispanic women unprotected. You don't hear Asian men say leave it. You only hear black men that say this stupid shit, and they want to argue you down. We all should be protecting black women. And that doesn't mean that black women are beyond, doing anything wrong. But God damn it, they should not be treated disparagingly and disrespectfully by a bunch of fucking goofball, a bunch of fucking incels that ain't qualified. And that's what these motherfuckers are. These motherfuckers are nothing but whoremongers. 99% of the passport bros, not black male travelers, not black men that travel, but if you're in that ideology, 99.9% of them are nothing but fucking whoremongers, and that's perfectly fine. Be a whoremonger.
Let me say this real quick, Rico. Shout out to Sadie, but he said Rico never said that. Rico never said that Ronan was a Dust Creek cam. He never said that, but I just wanted to tell you that, and that's what we're gonna talk about today. So that's gonna be our topic today. But Rico never said.
And I'm gonna end that with that, but I'm gonna say one other thing too, because certain YouTubers I know in particular, he's so sassy, this, that, da, 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 da. And like I told Coach, I said I took exception, right? And it was kind of funny to me because the way I think about it, I was like, well, goddamn, I don't know if it's a compliment. I don't know how to take it, but the so-called criticism was my wife wasn't pretty enough to sell pussy. Seriously, that was the critique. My wife wasn't pretty enough to sell pussy. And I'm like, you're right. But that's not why I picked my wife. I picked my wife because of her character, the way that she has empathy and love for other people, the way she treats me. Now, I can understand if the gentleman, Miguel, and the other ones on that channel, if the women you fucking look like they could sell pussy, you win. That's probably where you found them at. So I don't take a slight that my wife don't look like she sell pussy, because she never will have to. Now, maybe you chose yours within the back of the mind that, well, one day I'm going to fall down being the sorry motherfucker I am, and she going to have to get out there on the track and sling some ass. Maybe you did that. But as a man, I don't pick my women like that, and no motherfucking body ever with me will that ever thought cross my mind, so it should never cross it. So I don't give a fuck what she looked like. But if I understand men of low character, they pick women simply based on looks, aesthetics. That's all that matters. Y'all ain't picking by. That's exactly why y'all are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on whores. That's what these women are. And then y'all sit there and try to say somehow they're better than American black women. I will not stand for that shit. I absolutely will not stand for it. It's utter bullshit. I don't care what woman back in the States broke your fucking heart. Get some therapy. Heal, motherfuckers. Heal. And I'm done.
Appreciate it, Rico. Oh, real quick, Nikki, I'm gonna let you say what you got to say. That was an example. Your hair is beautiful. I just wanted to say that. I'm sorry. I know somebody gonna call. Good job, Rico. Rico, go ahead, Nikki.
I was like, excuse me, you guys love this new hair. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah, but
Rico, go ahead.
I understood what you were getting at. Rico, man, yo, when I tell you I love, love, love so much of everything you just said, because let's be very clear. Number one, your wife is definitely attractive. I've seen many pictures of her. I've seen video of her. And again, it's not to say, oh my God, she's gorgeous. She's the 10, da da da. The
She
way
don't
that
look
you
better. She don't
depicted,
look better than my wife. She don't look better than my wife.
Good answer. Good. But the bottom,
good answer, right.
Nikki,
Steve Harvey, good answer.
thank you for that, Nikki. The only reason I say that is because to me, it speaks to the character of these men in the first place. Because again, that's why half of them getting their heart broke in these countries, because that's what they're choosing for.
To your point, that's what made me happy to hear you say. I definitely found her attractive, found her brain to be absolutely gorgeous. All of that matching and coming together, it made sense that this is the woman that I want to marry. Okay. So, and then that part that you said about how these guys are just messing around, dating, paying these women because of how they look, dealing with them solely because of their looks, and then disappointed with the outcome. It's like one of those things where it's like, it's to me, cognitive dissonance at best, right? And for those of you who don't know what cognitive dissonance means, my best way to try to explain that to you is if I'm someone working at, let's say, McDonald's, Burger King, um, any type of place that pays lower money, right? I'm
Right.
working here, but my brain is saying I'm a millionaire. I am a boss. I run shit, right? I'm doing all of these things. Of course, it doesn't match. When I go home to my project apartment, that doesn't match with what I'm saying and what I want from my life, the fantasy
Right.
that I'm trying to make happen. So again, back to Rico's point, these guys are doing this thing of I'm dating these fine girls. Yeah, I'm the man. And at the end of the day, on the inside, they know I'm not the man. I don't even understand half of what this lady is saying to me. I really am just sexually aroused by looking at her. She's not somebody that I can take to the homies and we can sit down and have a kiki and high five and all have a great time. No, it's awkward. You understand? So again, my point always comes back, you guys, to when you're saying that you want to be with a Dominican man or woman that doesn't speak English, you have to do the basics to see if even you guys are on the same page energy wise. Like, do y'all like the same type of movies? And there are some things, of course, that you can see the parallel between um, whether you speak each other's languages or not, because you put on subtitles and you feel the energy when you're watching different movies and doing different things.
Right.
But here's the deal. Let's keep it real. Y'all aren't even doing that because number one, you don't even have enough time to do it. You're in the country
That's
for
right.
nothing but goddamn 3 at most 8 days.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
That's not the time. You like, yo, you're not get. You don't know this, and
Thank
then
you.
you're doing it.
And you stress and you like,
I'm preaching.
didn't-
Let me.
she
Yeah,
didn't. Yeah,
let
you
me finish
preaching. Go ahead.
preaching.
You
Go ahead.
preaching.
Yeah.
Amen. You preaching.
Amen.
Go ahead.
Amen.
Go ahead.
Hallelujah. I'm
Go ahead.
preaching right now. Because at the end of the day, after you've sat and you've had your little 4 meetings with your wife or husband, you've had, like I said, 3 to at most, oh my God, a whole 8 days together. Guess what's going to happen in those 8 days? Yes, baby, I can cook for you. Yes, baby, I'm going to be sexy. Yes, baby, I'm going to give you all the lovely, great sex 3 times a day because I have all the energy to do it because it's been 3 to 8 goddamn days. Oh, the fantasy? Yes, baby, I'm going to give you all of that. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, when you go and you get your goddamn month, 2 months, 3 months straight with that person, that's not what you're going to get. It's a goddamn
Right.
joke. Cut it out.
right. That's right.
We all know, we believe.
I'll just say,
I'm gonna
mother.
let me.
No, you good.
Go ahead,
No, go ahead. I
I'm
said,
gonna finish it.
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna finish it with this. I'm gonna finish it with this because I know y'all are anxious to hop in on this because again, I'm preaching. Hallelujah.
You doing
Let the church say
good.
amen and all of that.
Amen.
Thank you. Thank you. All that I'm saying is when you guys and gals are saying you want this thing, you have to put the time in and spend it and get to know them and cut out this shit with the visual, bro. You're going to be miserable.
Right.
It's weird and it's
Right.
awkward. Their family doesn't
Right.
care about you. You don't care about them. You're not on the same page. So stop the cap. Cut it out. Get real. And if you really want to do it right and do it real. And I'm done. Mic drop.
A fucking
Yeah.
man, sister. Amen. Nikki,
job.
that was, and I'm so
Awesome.
glad you said it because it's a woman.
Right.
And they can't, you've been to the DR, you speak Spanish, you're ahead of you're ahead of like 95% of the passport bros who go to these Spanish speaking countries because they don't even fucking speak Spanish.
And let me say this
Spanish
at all. And Dr.
Exactly.
H.P. Black, PhD, said it perfectly here. Cognitive dissonance, fully separated from reality.
Yes.
100%.
And
that's right.
And what
That's right.
and I just want to add this part. And then the thing that gets me is like with all the dust up, all the little crybaby subs that ran over there and told, I'm sitting there like, this is the really, and I'm saying this, this is the really scary part for me. What I notice about these YouTubers are like influencers, right? It's the influence game. A lot of these guys that watch them don't even have fucking passports, who have never even left the country. I'm just telling you the truth. And they are living vicariously through these YouTubers. So those stories take on a life of their own. And they're the ones who are really suffering from the cognitive dissonance because they're so invested in this lies that they tell. They are wholly invested, and they're sending them their money. They're doing all kinds of stuff to pay for their escapade, and it's all bullshit.
That's right.
It really is a large segment of the people who don't even have passports, who've never left the country, who've never left the city, but they can click on this fucking YouTube and they can watch
and zone out
and hear him tell these stories about all these beautiful women and all this shit he did and everything else, and it's all a goddamn lie. And everyone mad at somebody calling it out. It's crazy.
I know this guy by the name of DMR. He ain't never been to the Dominican Republic, but he always talking trash and talking shit all the time. He ain't never been here before. What's up, brother?
Never.
DMR said, I got some fucking receipts.
What's up, man? Yeah, yo.
And some stamps. And some stamps for that ass.
Rico, Nikki, and John, y'all right about that because, I was there. The past week. John, man, I love that brother. Good people, man.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all right, man. I was okay. I got by. Mm-hmm. I was in Boca Chica. I know some Spanish phrases, but y'all right, man. If you can't really communicate like that, man, you gotta know the language to get to know the people like that. And I fared okay because there's some stuff that I know, but also too, man, I can speak for me. Mm-hmm. My trips is I want to get out of here just to relaxation, man. John know that, all that other stuff, man. That's somebody else. With me, I got the receipts. I got the photos to show it on Facebook. I show I'm having a good time. Now, if I was to partake in something else, I wouldn't put nobody's face on anything.
That's your business. That's right. That's right.
Okay. Mm-hmm. It's my business, but second of all, you gotta, even if it's a girl that you met and y'all going through a real relationship thing, you don't post her face until you ask this girl, man. You gotta ask people stuff. I'm not saying anybody particular, but some of these guys be flashing these girls' faces, man, and you don't know the situation that girl was in.
Right.
And like her family. I'm not saying that whole pay for play, yeah, that too, but I'm saying even a girl that you might have met, you gotta ask these individuals, and you gotta, like Nikki said, you gotta speak the language in order to communicate. You know, and that is true. That is absolutely right.
I wanna piggyback onto what you're saying. Here's the deal. The problem is that because specifically the guys that we're talking about, they go
Right.
there and they're not looking at these women as human beings. They're looking at them
Oh,
as
okay.
an opportunity to do a thing, and they're an object. They're nothing in their mind. It's
Yeah,
I'm gonna go, I'm gonna get my rocks off, I'm gonna have a ball. I don't give a shit about their kids. I don't care about their family. She is an object.
Hey Nikki, that's wrong, right? Because whatever
Absolutely, it's
you
wrong.
do,
It's disgusting.
whatever you do, right? I'm like this. Whatever I do, I keep discreet. It's
And
not.
here's the deal. That's because you're on your grown man shit. You're not over there saying, "Oh, I've been broke my whole life. Now I finally got some money. I'm gonna buy all this Chanel and all this stuff and be flashy." That is an analogy, is what I'm saying. You understand?
Right.
Right.
You're over
Right.
there saying, "Yo, it's my first time, and I'm going to act like it's my first time. I'm gonna respect it. I'm having a good time. I don't have to go bragging of look at what I'm doing because you're a grown man. You don't give a shit about what these people think about you. You're enjoying yourself
Right.
to enjoy yourself, not
Nikki,
to say, hey, look at me."
let me jump in, but leave G
Good point,
Styles
Nikki. Good
comment
point.
up because I think it's true. And G Styles, brother, you're absolutely right. That's true that the men don't see them as human, and the girl doesn't see the gringo as human either, just money, and that's fine.
That's a
And
good point.
that's
He's right.
perfect. But here's the point where I always tell people, right? And yes, you keep hearing me say the term whores, because that's what they are. That's what we call them in the U.S. We call them whores. We call them prostitutes. You call them hookers, hoes. In these spaces, they regularly
And
call
they're
them.
aware, and they are very much aware that that's the position that they're playing. Let's be clear about that.
But here's the thing, right? And unfortunately, while it may sound dehumanizing, I didn't make the fucking term. Man did. It's been around for hundreds of thousands of years. And I'm like, if that's what we're going to call them here in the U.S., let's not go to the DR and Colombia and call them something else.
Right.
They're the same thing.
Right.
So
That's
again,
That's
if
right.
it's a hoe in America, it's a hoe in the DR.
Equal opportunity hoeing.
Right.
Equal opportunity hoeing.
But in spite of that, I believe sex work is work. So I
Exactly.
don't dehumanize sex workers because that's what they choose to do,
Right.
to put food on their table.
Right.
And
Right.
the thing is, I always tell guys, I said, do you know what it takes for a woman emotionally and mentally to say, I'm going to lay down with strange men and I'm going to let different men, sometimes 2-3 times a day, that I don't feel anything towards, climb on top of me and get inside of me for their own sexual gratification. Do you know how a woman has to deaden her emotions? And a lot of sex workers, if you watch documentaries on it, a lot of them are dead inside because that's what they have to go through to stomach the shit. Right. So I'm like, okay, so this woman has almost deleted her personal humanity to be able to do this job because it's not an easy job to do. Right. So it's bad enough that she has to do that. And you, as the John or the Trick, got your sexual gratification off with them. Why the fuck do you sit there and think that you get the additional right? I paid $100 to have sex with Nikki, right? Nikki decided to swallow her humanity. So I don't want to be with this old motherfucker, but fuck it, I need the $100 to feed my kids. Right. You agreed to that. You agreed to $100 for the sex act. On top of that, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna film it without her consent.
Oh no!
You see what I'm saying?
See that right there?
Because that's getting into the topic we talking about with the creep camera. Guys are filming these women without consent. And what they're doing is they're attempting to profit off of it because we know in this YouTube space, the more you film these sex workers, the more traction you get. You're making money.
Right.
And guess what they get for it? Nothing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They get nothing.
Integrity. They have none. They know nothing about integrity.
And Rico, and plus the right add on this, sir. Check this out. What you said is dehumanizing her. This lady might have a child or children. See what I'm saying?
Most of them do.
9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10.
That right there, that's different because now the child is there. Now that adds on to Rico what you said. Okay, so now this cat comes along. He putting the girl face out there. How you know she just got out of a abusive relationship with her ex-boyfriend or something like that, and then he see her on there, he gonna come beat her up or do something crazy because you took it upon yourself to film this girl's face.
Exactly.
And I need to address SETI.
And that's wrong.
It's disgusting and totally wrong.
Yeah,
I do want to address SETI. I don't think black men look at them as objects. I want to address this quickly. I'm not a black man, and I'm gonna let y'all black men address it after I'm done. Quickly, just wanted to say that has nothing to do with anything. With them being black, has nothing to do with them. No disrespect, SETI, but black men. There are some black men that definitely look at them as objects. I'm not sure what you thought black had to do with anything. To me, I'm very confused by what you're saying.
Let me go after you, Nikki. And I'm going to say this.
Go ahead.
I just want to say, what's up, Lou? That's my homie.
He couldn't
what's
be
up, Lou?
further from the truth and further on. Black men absolutely look at them as objects. And I'm going to tell you why. Absolutely. Matter of fact, probably even more so than white men. And white men look at them as objects. That's the whole point of what we've been talking about this whole time. But the reason why I'm saying is because the whole issue about this conversation that's going on in the travel space right now is about black men publicizing them online. Right. It's not white men writ large that's putting these working girls online. We all know the algorithm is feeding us black male spaces that are putting these women online and objectifying them. If white men do think of them as objects, maybe they do. I believe they do. They're not putting the shit online. That's undeniable. Yeah, so to make that statement is fucking crazy to say, wait a minute, I got 9 million hours of video of black men objectifying them, and you're going to tell me they don't look at them as objects. I'm like, nigga, stop gaslighting me. This is bullshit. I
mean, matter of fact, to me, it's like, can we even bring that person up real quick? Because I want to hear the rationale. Like, what are you talking about?
And Dr. Black, I do believe it is all men, but I'm just literally saying, you can't say it's not black men because it's absolutely black men. And because they are the predominantly ones who are putting the shit online, which is why we're having a conversation in particular. And we're going to get on Sasua, why Sasua is starting to do this ban. They're not doing this ban because of white YouTubers. Stop playing with me.
That's right.
1,000% because of black YouTube. We have got to stop this dishonesty among ourselves to say, what do I do? No, fucking no. No.
Yeah, accountability. The accountability has to be taken. And very quickly, let's go ahead and shout out our super chat.
Can you do our super chat, please? Shout out to our first super chat.
Oh, yep, that's what I was just saying. Our first super chat said, lack of integrity. Why? Lyndon B. Johnson made sure these integrity-free men were raised without fathers. Wow.
But see,
yes, lack of integrity.
Hey,
thank you for the super chat.
But see, the thing is, Rico got a point, man. I haven't seen no white guys. I mean, I haven't seen them doing that. I mean, and I see YouTube all the time, and I see he's right. I see black guys doing it. I'm like, wow. You know, I don't see the white boys doing that.
Right. And
I never do.
Let me say this, Eve. I hope I'm saying your name right. I get your concern about Lyndon Johnson and the breakdown of the family home, this, that, whatever. Okay. God damn it, I was raised without a father, but I wasn't raised without integrity. So the absence of a father does not mean the absence of integrity.
Right.
Amen.
It is
Same
learned
here. I was
It
raised
is
with
learned
integrity.
and taught,
Yes.
and it does not strictly come from a father. So we got to stop making excuses for these niggas. You either
Yes.
have it or
Yes.
you don't.
Hold on.
Same as character.
Hey,
So the
Rico.
absence of a, let me just say this: the absence of a father. You guys have got to stop having this knee-jerk reaction to say that the absence of, oh, he smoked crack because he ain't had no daddy. Oh, he drank too much because he ain't had no daddy. Oh, he bow-legged because he ain't had no daddy. I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of this shit.
That don't got nothing to do with. Look, I didn't look. I didn't have a father in my teen years, but I went to Boca Chica and I had my head all right. I mean, that
Right?
don't
That's
got
what
nothing
I'm
to do
saying.
with.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
he
you.
handled himself professional.
You went in Boca Chica acting a goddamn fool because you ain't had no daddy, right?
I mean, that's the one. Look, it's
Thank
it's
you.
the person, man. If the person if
Man.
if the person if the person
Hey, let me say
person's
this.
out of line, man, you gotta let.
I gotta cut you off, DMR.
Okay, go ahead.
DMR, he handled himself so professional, real professional. He had his shirt off. He was on vacation. He was feeling good.
Hot.
You know, yeah, it was hot. He was, you know, meeting people, meeting white people, meeting black people, just meeting all good people. But he wasn't out there every month. I hear in Boca Chica or somewhere in the Dominican Republic, nigga, I'm finna turn up. I'm on vacation. I'm finna start busting bottles. I'm finna start busting bottles all over this motherfucker. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you serious? No. It's my last day. I'm finna go crazy.
Coach, that's not their fault. They ain't had no father.
Oh, that's right.
Hey man, that's a way.
Hey, high five, Rico. Hey.
That's right. Hey, DMR, you're absolutely right, brother. Shout out to the super chat. Thank you so much, brother. Again. Hey, Dr. HP says what I'm saying is it's just unjust to continue to perpetuate that white is right mentally when comparing BM and WM.
Right. Let me clear that up, though.
Black men and white men. Yeah.
Let me say this. Let me clear this up, Dr. Black. We were not doing a comparison. We were addressing Eve's statement about the objectification of black women, and I was simply saying we can't say that they don't objectify them when they are primarily the ones that's filming them and putting them on the internet.
Right.
That is objectification within itself. If you're going around creep camming, filming women's asses, because I mean, please don't make me pull up none of the creep cam videos to show y'all. I mean, come on, guys.
Wait, top boss now.
Listen.
Hold on, Rico, let's say this.
None of them. I can't say none of them because their little Donna subs will be upset. But we all know that the algorithm is flooded with channels of black men objectifying.
Rico, listen, I gotta say this. This top boss, thanks for watching the channel, brother. But some creep cam guys don't show their faces. You can hear a black person voice compared to a white person voice.
Yeah, it's true.
Bro, I was gonna give him credit, and then I was like, nah, but wait a minute. You hear him in the back, like, yeah, look at this hoe. You see that dick? Yeah, look at all that ass on that hoe.
All of that. We know,
bro.
Hey, Rico.
You really want to know what's going to get DM real quick? What's worse is most of the creep cameras are known already, and they are already known to be black because most of the creep cams have groups, and we literally are in these I'm in these Facebook groups. I'm in these WhatsApp group. I'm not in there under Rico. I might be in there underneath Ricola or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they let everybody in. They let anybody in. Right.
Yeah, they let anybody in. And guess what? If it's a $3.99 membership. Okay, I'll pay the $3.99. I'm in there. You niggas are not private, and you don't know how to shut the fuck up.
And they got some women, and they got women in there too, right, Rico?
It's flooded with women. The reality is this: black male YouTubers are not private and do not know how to shut the fuck up. So my files are deep. They're deep, and literally,
Right.
I ain't stole none of it. Y'all gave up the goods.
Right.
If the feds ever wanted y'all, oh, y'all be done.
Exactly.
They have all these little cliques.
Hey,
They be sitting there passing around pictures of bitches that they done fucked
right.
together.
Right.
It's all
Hey,
in
Nikki,
it.
do that. Can you do the super chat, sister, please? Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. So he says, and I'm trying to figure out how to pronounce it.
Help us out with
Anomaly.
Eve.
Oh, Eve. Yeah,
Dehumanization.
just say Eve.
Okay, even. You're the anomaly, boss man. The majority are not you, and that's the sad reality. The state of integrity-free Black men was strategically planned.
I can agree with that.
I'm 50 and 50. I'm 50 and 50 with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely was strategically planned.
But even if that was the case, Eve, and you're right. So I'm like, you kind of boxed me in the corner. I'm like Nikki, I'm 50-50. And thank you for saying that I'm an anomaly, but I know a lot of other fatherless Black men like myself who are still full of integrity. If you come into the world and you lack a particular resource at something, it's none of us come into this world educated. But guess what? You still go out and get that education. So
our panel
integrity, you need to go out and get it. You need to learn it.
Our panel is nothing but all four of us are anomalies. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's nothing average about the four of us. We have stepped out of the box. We've done things that not typical Black people would do, or that most, or that all Blacks would do. So yeah, we are a panel of anomalies. And I tell people that all the time about my own self, that yes, I am an anomaly. I make a joke that I'm just gonna
I just want to say something, just so we know. We got a mangina in the chat already. Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace, go click on Mr. Wallace's comment. And this tells you the mangina.
Oh, I love this. I was
manginas, right? Because automatically
I was prepared.
Right. So literally the mangina, they do what manginas do is they do deflections away from accountability. You say, look, nigga, you was late for work, right? Nigga, Mr. Wallace, your ass was late for work, not for the last 3 times this week. I told your ass not to be late again. Well, Nikki was late. What the fuck that got to do with you, nigga?
Absolutely.
That's the white man does shit. And then why y'all worried about somebody else? Nigga, this is mangina.
He's using first of all, he's using the incorrect verb. No one is worried, honey. We're having a topic of discussion. No one here is worried. We're all very much concerned with our own lives. What we're doing is having topics of what's happening in current time and today. Silly rabbit.
That's that. But see, do y'all hear the mangina energy in that? It's just literally like
the Gina is Johnny. Very much so. Absolutely.
So what we're not supposed to do, what Mangina Wallace want us to do is don't say nothing about it. Let them keep putting their pictures online. Let them keep exposing and exploiting these women for free. Why? That's what it is. He don't want
but let me tell you why he's wrong, because the Dominican Republic is saying we finna shut this shit down because y'all making my country look bad. So that tells you right there is wrong, right? Am I right, DMR?
Yes, you are.
Okay, John, click his last comment because I want to get on it. It's like, why do we got a name call? We don't have to. I like it. See, just like y'all like exploiting these women, you know how y'all like to just of your own free will, I'm gonna take a picture of this bitch and I'm gonna put her up. You do it because you want to. That's why you're Mangina Wallace. And then y'all get upset when the same shit happens to you. You're exposing these women, you're exploiting them, and you're putting them, as DMR said, in fucking danger. Their families don't know about it. Their loved ones don't know about it. They don't.
That's real.
And you motherfuckers do it anyway. But if I tell you to stop, you get your man
dick watching. Stop dick watching, Rico. Stop dick watching.
Call me a name.
Hey, yo.
Fucking creep camming.
Hey, look. If I'm in a lady, and I'm not saying all of that other stuff, but if I'm in a lady, even over there, that I become friendly with, I'm not going to post her picture at all. I'm not doing it. Because first of all, I'm not gonna, like I keep saying, I'm not gonna put her in a situation. And the girl don't even have to be that group of women. She can be a regular girl. I don't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I got her face on my phone, it's gonna stay on my phone for me. I'm not gonna, post her face on social media.
Because that's what
add
people do. That's what people do that never had anything. I'm sorry, Nick.
I ain't doing
That's
that.
what people do that never had nothing. But go ahead, Nick.
what I was going to say is that I completely agree. And at the end of the day, we have to keep in mind when we are getting on a social media platform, we are giving people permission to say whatever they want to say about
Right.
my black ass, my hair, my eyes, my whatever it is. I have literally signed over an invisible contract that gives you permission to say whatever you want to say about my opinion that I'm coming here and giving. So that is part of the reason why we're having the conversation. The other part of what you're saying is that you don't agree with the creep camming and complain you won't do anything about it. We didn't come here to say, hey, we're here to do something about it. We came here to say this is our opinion and this is how we feel. We're not saying we're on a campaign. We're not running for YouTube president. What we're saying is how we feel. Someone will hear what we're saying and either agree or disagree. And either way, we're going to keep on living, keep on being dope, and keep on doing what we're doing. That's all that we're saying. No disrespect to you, Mr. Wallace.
No,
And that's what
that's a
we're
great
saying.
point. I think a lot of people say that I got I don't. This is a tattoo hairline. This is real. This is all
like
real right
tattoo, though.
That's
It do
real.
look like it. But look, let me
People
say
be
this. Though,
teasing me.
Nikki.
But go ahead.
Nick, I am so glad. I am so glad you brought that up. So that's why you're not only beautiful, but you're also brilliant. Because that is a very important point. Because of the fact that, like I said, when this little dust up happened, it really came down to people feeling like content creators that I critique shouldn't be critiqued. And I've even told Coach would say things like, I said, no, Coach, I want the criticism to the Dominican route. We only get better if we know what we're doing wrong. If we know what we're doing wrong, it's the only way that we can sit there and correct and do things better. So we should never look for that. So I don't think haters are a bad thing. I said I work my ass off to make sure that what I'm saying, if it's not 100% right, it's as close to being right as possible. And when I get shit wrong, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sit right up here and say, hey, I shit the bed, I got it wrong, I apologize, and I'm sorry. I will say
it's subjective. And to me, what you're saying is what we're doing, our opinions and their opinions, is subjective because I can say what I say and you say it's wrong, but I say it's right. That's subjective. And I will give you credit on that. First and foremost, thank you for the compliment of being beautiful and brilliant. I love that. And I agree with you on that. And that's no like being conceited. That's being confident. I appreciate that. And I also give you props because you and I have had disagreements where I did say to you, Rico, actually, I think it's this, and here's the fact to back it up. And you said, you know what, Nikki, you were correct. And there have been times where you said things to me where I had to back it up and say, oh, you know what? Hey, buddy, you were correct. One of which was my what? My choice in fiance.
That's
Yay, you're correct.
But what's good about it is the fact that like what I don't like is, and I tell something like a lot of y'all that run crying to these subs, these content creators, I'm sub to them as well. But the bottom line is I try to listen to any content creator with a critical ear. And if what they're saying is right, it's right. But if I hear something that's wrong, I don't expect that, you know, there are content creators I would say something to and they would respond back. And then there are those who just, oh, how dare you? Lord knows they're the big dog or the alpha wolf or whatever the fuck else they think they are. Because what happened is some of these content creators get an overinflated ego.
Right.
So
most of them do.
Right. And without naming any, most of them, their ego is so big, You can't tell me nothing. And
Can't
they're
tell me
all
nothing.
day wrong, right? But Coach, I keep his ass humble. And I tell him, like, but Rico, I got haters. So what? So what? When we signed, as Nikki said, when we fucking signed up, we signed up. And,
Right.
and when we say shit wrong,
That's deep, Nikki.
we
That's
have to
deep.
catch
That's a
that.
great point, Nikki. Yeah.
That was great that you said that. And let me just say this lastly. Anybody, when you hear me say something, get in my ass. When you hear Coach say something, please don't let us get by with anything incorrectly. Right. Because if I say something and there's a sub sitting there listening to me and I'm wrong and you know factually I'm wrong, correct that information because I don't want our subs to be misled. That's why I don't like the consultation game.
Right,
There's too many unqualified people out there charging money and don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah. Hey, let me say this. Let me catch up real quick because Quan is touching on what you just said. You got some people are scared of selling drugs and selling videos is the closest thing for them. So they want to go ahead and come to the Dominican Republic and do creek camming instead of getting a real job. They want to go. They don't want to sell dope because they don't want to get locked up. But so now they want to do. They got an iPhone 13 and a half or whatever they got, and then they want to do what they want to do. So
hey,
it's
highlight Tony Ovito's video.
Go ahead and read it.
Yeah, I like that.
I live here, and my friends who do work in Sosua are frustrated for reasons that money is needed discreetly. For niggas who don't know what discreetly mean, that means kept under the covers. Because evidently some of y'all don't understand things. Mm-hmm. The policia is about to bring serious heat to them cameras. Cameras need to pause. They don't need to pause. They need to fucking stop it.
Stop.
Flat out.
Hey, excuse me. Y'all remember a few years ago, it was these guys from Wilmington, Delaware, the place I'm from, right? I'm sorry I had dropped my location. But anyway, it was these two black guys that went to Puerto Rico. And they stayed in a hotel and they went in this area.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I'll let you tell it.
And they start filming and the people was like, put their camera away, right? So they went in this certain area in San Juan, and the guy pulled his camera out and he started filming. The people in this barrio said, put that camera away one time. And he did it again, and they killed him, and his friend ran away.
You said they killed him? They killed him?
Yeah, they killed his friend, got killed because he didn't.
I didn't know it from Wilmington, but yes.
And he didn't follow the direction with the people was trying to put that camera away. Don't do that. These guys know where to do this stuff at. They do it in Dominican Republic because they're not doing anything to them.
Mm-hmm.
They know not to go.
Right. Now they know not to do that shit. And I don't see it in Colombia that much, does it?
How long ago was that in Puerto Rico? How long ago was that in Puerto Rico?
That was about 3 years ago.
Okay, I knew that, and I know exactly that story. They was in the wrong fucking neighborhood, and they told exactly.
They were YouTubers. They were YouTubers.
I don't know.
No. They were getting some marijuana, and they had caught this bus to this certain area.
There you go.
And the people told the guy to put the camera away, and the guy got smart with him, right? So they went to the barrio to get the weed. Mm-hmm. And they pulled their cameras out and they start filming on their phone. And them people told them one time, I heard they said one time in the barrio, after that, they basically beat the guy sentenced, they shot him, they seriously hurt his friend. But his other boy got away.
I don't think did they ever catch those guys?
Nah.
If you think anything gonna be done,
they didn't catch him.
What country was that, Rico?
Puerto Rico. They got some.
Let me speak on Puerto Rico. I lived in Puerto Rico for almost a year because my son got a baseball scholarship.
Okay.
It was so many killings over drug territory. And at night, at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm in the dormitory putting all the kids, like making sure they go to sleep. I hear machine guns. I'm like, and they would tell me like, hey man, don't be videoing people on YouTube and stuff because you might go into a dope spot and the police are in on it, and I'm not gonna be able to help you, coach. I was like,
bro,
okay,
that's what happened.
So
Brother John, that's what happened. Them guys was in this area and they pulled their camera. The guy pulled his camera out and started filming. The people told him, I heard they said told him one time in this area, right? After they told him one time, that's when the people took action. And they beat him. They shot him, beat him to death. Huh?
Puerto Rico off the chain. I just tell you that.
But you gotta ask yourself this too: is your fucking life worth it?
Nah, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it.
They tell me one time I'm putting that damn camera away.
Excuse me. And if you know certain areas, like right now, it's like, why the fuck are you even? And this is the thing that get me is like right now, like you said, the big thing is Sasua got turned up about the camera. But I want to say it was last year where the businesses was putting signs out. So this was 6-8 months ago where they was warning them, stop with the filming. And of course, I can do what I want. I'm an American. Ain't nothing illegal. I was like, all right, fine. I said, fine. Do whatever the fuck you want. Whatever the consequences come. The same way motherfuckers going down there. But they was literally like 6 months or 8 months ago, maybe almost a year ago, where stores had literally, I can't find if it literally had signs they was putting in the windows saying, stop filming the chicas. Because what you're doing is you're promoting sex tourism.
Wow. And that is 100% correct. That's exactly what they were doing.
And in Brazil, Colombia, the DR, all these countries where prostitution is legal, the promotion of sex tourism, which is the advertising of it, is wildly illegal. The countries say, we know we got women who sell their bodies for money. We just don't want to be known for that. And they have every right to be. And you don't have the right to decide that you're going to come in there and say, well, motherfucker, I'm going to make you known for it, whether you want to be or not.
Well, let me ask you this, Rico. That's what I was about to say. How do you feel about the people? I'm not going to say any names, but how do you feel about the people that say they're not doing creep camming?
It doesn't matter about creep camming. It could be creep camming. It could be public camming. They don't want their country or these areas to be known specifically for that. And if that's all you're doing is filming and promoting the country in that way, that's how they're going to take exception. These motherfuckers are not filming buildings and trees and rivers and excursions. All the shit that they got to film, all they gonna film is a bunch of BBLs. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
But all my algorithm is full of fucking BBLs. And you know what the niggas will tell me? Well, don't watch it. Okay, motherfucker. I didn't look outside to know it was raining, but motherfucker, it's still raining.
Right. That's right. Oh.
It's not making it not happen. The issue is you motherfuckers are still doing it. And that's what the government is saying is stop making our country the face of prostitution just simply because we won't outlaw. So it's not just, they're not saying don't do undercover filming. They're saying stop filming it and putting it up and promoting it. Why are you not you being so fucking hard-headed about this?
Now they got like rap. Yeah, right. Now they got a black
music, right?
Go ahead, Nikki.
I was just saying it's kind of like rap music. You know, like drill music. I heard drill music is kind of like they're trying to ban it. It was what's his name? Eric. No, what's the guy? The mayor in New York. He was trying to have drill music banned.
Eric Adams.
Right. There we go. Eric Adams. Yeah, he was trying to have a ban because this thing is like, yeah, these niggas gonna still keep killing, but hey, stop doing music like promoting it. It's like there's a parallel there. I get it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
it's very frustrating. And I said this when I first came on. It's very frustrating. Just imagine a whole bunch of niggas, because that's what they are. A whole bunch of niggas coming here and everybody creep camming for ass and titties to try to get some money.
But John, this is my question.
So let me finish saying this, Rico. So my point is, like, we already fucking up the United States. The United States drive-by shooting, killings, 5 killings, stealing buses, doing all this shit. The Dominican Republic is trying to have some order, and then when people get upset, like, oh man, I got that's my right to do that. That's my point. And no, it's not your right, because we here. That's what the Dominican is here for, and that's what I love about Rico and DMR and Nikki. We here to uplift the Dominican Republic and try to clean this shit up, not to try to make this a prostitute place.
But John, the question is this. This is the question I have, and I want y'all to tell me. Why the fuck is that an issue that black men are fighting to do? Of all the things that I want to do in the world, why am I going to fight for the right to fucking film whores' asses? Because that's what they're doing. Let's look at what they're doing. They're literally filming prostitutes. So why is that a hill you want to die on?
Why? Because they probably never had access to this, and it's like they're not doing it over here. See,
but here's the thing,
but they're going over there. They're going over there because it's free. See, the DR haven't really put their foot down yet. Right. They're gonna put their foot down, and when they put their foot down, and when and if they say, look, if we catch anybody doing this, you going to jail, that shit gonna stop overnight, because you don't want to be from America.
But this is the thing I'm saying. Right? And I'm sitting there saying, I'm like, do y'all understand what the Dominican government is saying, right? Yeah. You guys are literally crying and fighting over the right to film whores. The DR is not saying this, right? And because this is all this is. I want to film whores, right? The DR is not saying you can't come over there and fuck them. They saying stop filming. This is the shit that's just driving me crazy.
Hey, Rico. Mm-hmm. Look, I'm from Nikki and John. I'm from the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we had this saying, the code of secret and silence. I mean, the code of secrecy, right? You don't, if you do something, you don't broadcast to the world what you're doing. That goes all over the place. That's like me. I went to Boca Chica. I was showing the beaches on Facebook. If you go to my Facebook, John, no, I got the me, him, Junior on the thing. I got photos of that. I'm not. What am I getting for going to Boca Chica, going down the beach, staring at girls' asses? What, like, I'm not getting no views like that because I don't roll like that.
Let me say this, Demon. Go to the next comment. And I wanted to see just how the level.
You're right, brother.
This is the level of uneducation, and no disrespect to you, top boss.
Shout out to JJ. What's going on, bro?
Right.
So Mr. Top Boss. If you think creep cams don't bring tourists to the DR, put that comment back up, Coach.
Okay. All right, shout out to JJ.
Creep cams do not bring tourists to the DR. Top Boss, big nations. Creep cam bring nothing but degenerate fucking whoremongers to the DR. Mm-hmm. That is the audience of creep cam. Degenerate whoremongers who are coming to buy prostitutes and fuck up. And those are not tourists. They come, they spend, as Nikki said, 5, 6, 7 days fucking whores, and they go back home. All of their money, this is, I'm gonna give you guys a quick lesson, right? When governments talk about tourism, you know what the golden tourist is? Can you guys take a guess at what the golden tourist is?
I already know, but go ahead.
The most desired tourist in the world to every country is a husband, a wife, and 2 kids.
That's right.
All tourism metrics is built around a family. Every motherfucking country on the planet. They are trying to get a husband, a wife, plus their 2 children. Why? Because they spend money. They leave a taxable footprint. You know what that husband and wife and 2 kids do when they fly into your country? They rent a hotel for the week. Okay?
Right.
You know what that husband and wife and 2 kids do for the week? They go out to restaurants.
Right.
They're
Right.
not eating off of food trucks. They're going to restaurants. You know what that husband, wife, and 2 kids do? They go on excursions.
Stop right there. Rico. Stop right there real quick. And you know what the other ones do? They got $622 in their account. They say, damn, I can get some ass tomorrow. And then I get my beans. Wait. And then I get my beans and rice and get the salami that I had yesterday. Go ahead and put that in the microwave. Get some more ass tomorrow. And then, damn, then I go back to the house. That's what they, and it's sad. You know what I'm saying? And so they don't make money off of that.
No, they don't make money off of you motherfuckers because literally the government, because here's the thing, they can't tax. Guess who the government can't tax? They can't tax the whores.
Right.
They can't tax the whores. You can't tax her. And they make little to no money off the food trucks. So basically, and most of the Airbnbs lie about even their booking. So they're getting little taxable income. But the husband, the wife, the 2 kids is a fucking gold mine for every country because they spend thousands of dollars. And it's
you don't think they care about the men that want the beans and rice and get a couple prostitutes?
They ain't getting no money off of it. So what I'm trying to say is what I keep trying to tell people is for a government, they want a taxable footprint. And you niggas don't give them nothing.
Yes,
so I don't think the Dominican government last year, the Dominican government last year ain't make $500 off you niggas.
Right.
Yeah, they just don't.
It's a lot of. I'll say this real quick. It's on my mind. Hold on, DMR. Let me say this.
Okay. All right.
I've met some Negroes that stay in those rooms and they got just enough money to get a couple whores. They stay in those Airbnbs or whatever you call it, where it's 3 niggas in there all together, and then they get a cabana and they come back. They man, I got a place for $18.22 right up the street.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, and you know, so it's anyway. Go ahead.
They stay in the cheap, and well, I'll just say this: I can literally tell you for a fact, every nigga that goes to Sosua could stop going for the next 2 years, and the Dominican government wouldn't notice it.
You think
they wouldn't notice it because everything is about tax revenues. It ain't about how many people get off the plane; it's how much we can make off tax revenue. So if they make so little tax revenue. Now the businesses in Sosua make money, the hotels, this, that, whatever. But they're cheap hotels and they're cheap food. The places that they tend to frequent, and we know that. And I'm not talking about all of them, but we're talking about a collective, the majority of them. That's why you know where the DR gets its bread and butter from? Punta Cana. Punta Cana, because motherfuckers be staying at them hotel rooms that cost $350 and $400 a night. And they tax the fuck out of them. And they go out, we go to nice restaurants. And I pay that 18% EBITDAs, and I throw on another 15-20% fucking tip. Okay?
Right.
They tax the motherfucking dog shit out of those businesses. And those are the revenue generators, not the fucking Airbnb, like Coach said, that 15 of y'all in for $25 a night, and they can't tax the hookers that y'all done spent $600 on of your $700 of your trip. And you only pay the $10 tourist tax through the fucking airline. They just don't do it.
I have a quick question for you. I've never known what a whoremonger is. Is it the same thing as a whore?
Yes. Well, you mean, yes, it's a whore, just a whore. Just a whole ass nigga that just, I mean, basically, you know how you sit there and say, well, women would y'all call men hoes and dogs because they like fucking everybody. So that's what that is. But they ain't selling no dick because ain't nobody buying that cheesy dick. You know what I'm saying?
So a whoremonger is just like a free whore, like a free slut.
Males are hoes that give away dick.
I just never knew. My whole life, first of all, I'm very, clearly very much articulate, intelligent. My vocabulary, my vernacular is quite It's
Good.
beautiful,
It's
right?
great.
But I
All,
didn't. But I
all,
never knew what a whoremonger was. So I was
all,
like,
Right.
I
all
need
I'm
to ask
trying to
that question.
stress is
Thank you,
when,
John.
and again, because what they look at when they look at the places, whether it's a sewer, Patia, they look at the numbers, and there's a lot of those motherfuckers that come. So don't get me wrong. It is like hundreds of thousands of black men that fly into these places. But what they spend and how they spend it, the
Right.
government it's hard for the government to tax their
Hey,
spending habits because most of them are cheap. They're low spenders on the end, and they end up the revenue that the government gets to get off of them. One father, one husband, a wife, and 2 kids is the equivalent of the next 50 whoremongers for
Right.
what the government can get off of. One
Right.
family will equate to 50 whoremongers for how the government can tax. It takes 50 whoremongers for the
Right.
government to get the same taxable money that they can get from a husband, a wife, and 2 kids, and they don't embarrass the country.
Hey,
Hey, let
Rico.
me go ahead.
But here's the thing, man. The white guy's been doing this stuff. Look, white guys been traveling for a long time. But they do the same though. The thing is about white people, man. They do it so subtle, you don't even know about it. But it seemed like when it comes time for our people, man, for some reason, we like to show everybody, yeah, it's me, I'm doing this, man, and that's going to cause heat, to the people like other people that's not doing this kind of stuff, and they're going to catch heat. It's like
That's a
it's
great.
like
That's a great point,
when we get something, I'm not saying all of us, man, but that's a high percentage. When we get stuff, we try to be seen all the time. Just be yourself, man, and be discreet about what you do. That's all you have to do.
That's the point that I can.
have to do.
That's the point that I can.
I want to.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point that I continue to make. Like, it's that whole thing of I've never had it, so no money is loud. Real money is quiet. You understand?
Good point.
That is what it is. You understand? And that's what it. And
go ahead, Nikki. I thought you was finished.
I just wanted to quickly say this.
I want to catch up on these videos. Can y'all hear me? Did I lose y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Shut up, radio. Shut up, radio. Nikki talking. Shut up, radio. Go ahead, Nikki.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Rico. I just wanted to quickly say this. I know that Dr. H.P. Black, I know that he hates when we do the comparison. I do want to make it very clear that when we're doing these comparisons, it's not to say that we're holding them on a pedestal and to say that they're better. What we're saying is that when you look at the comparison and the reason that when they're not doing what it is that we're doing, how much better it works out for them. Again, it's not to say, oh my God, they're better, because again, you guys know I love to do analogies. This is not an analogy, but this one is another comparison. The Asians, when they move into a location, they say, hey, we're going to get this goddamn nail shop. Bring your other family members here. And then once we've built this one up, now you and your family can open theirs. And the next one can open theirs. Da, 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 da. So again, it's to say there's something to be learned from this. It's not to discourage us. It's not to say that anyone's better than us, because they're absolutely not. No one's better than anyone, but there's something to be learned from that. And at the end of the day, Black people, and we all know this, and this is no disrespect to any other group, the bottom line is we are the most copied, right, of any race in the world. Hairstyles, music, dancing, all of that. We have it. We have it, all right? That's the bottom line. We don't, but we have to do better. And that's all that we're saying with that, Dr. PJ.
Right.
No,
Dr.
no,
HP.
well,
No disrespect.
Let me take over.
Nikki,
let me take over real quick. Let me catch up. All right, kicks and travel. If that's a great point, Nikki. Thank you so much. That was deep. If you remove the managers from Sasua will fall. I'm sorry, mongers. Sosua will fall. 95% of the people who visit Sosua are mongers and contribute to most of the revenue Sosua is making.
Can I just say one thing before you go on, John, real quick?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sosua is in the process of gentrifying anyway. They about to kick
Right.
off. Unfortunately, all you niggas about to go. There's no camera shit is part of the plan. They about to bring in more resorts and hotels, and they about to gentrify the fuck out of it. And y'all gonna watch Sosua go to the motherfucking moon without you niggas. Plain and simple.
I believe that.
Just like Harlem and everything else. Go ahead, Nikki.
Yeah. When I was there, I was blown away because I thought, because of the whole whoring thing, I thought I was gonna be dirty and like, ew, what am I doing here? But I was very, very surprised and impressed by how clean and nice, again, the gentrification. DMR, I hope you didn't forget your point, because I know you were going to make a good point. Please remember whatever it was that you were going to say back on the other point of not making the comparison and all of that. But yes, man, I'm telling you, when I was there, I was like, this is a singer? Oh, wait, what? I was very, very impressed. So I'm excited to see what's for the future. DMR, do you remember what you're going to say as it related to making the comparison?
Yeah, I want to say the guy that said something about we think they're better than us. Mm-hmm. I disagree. I think they're travelers, the Caucasians, white guys, and I know I might get some flack for saying this. They're better than us because they know how to conduct themselves. So I'm not saying all of us is black people. Okay, I'm saying the percentage that do this stuff that they're doing. Right. White people, I don't see them doing it. I don't see them doing it. Right. So they are better than us, and that percentage-wise, they're better than us because they know how to conduct themselves. Okay, right. For example, I'm not trying to use
verbiage. They're doing a better job.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, a better job. Right. But okay, hold on. Look, I'm going to make this comparison, and I hate to make the criminal comparison, but I have to. When you see a lot of these kids out here today doing this street stuff, you think about the Italians, right? How they carry themselves. The Italians had a code of secrecy. They never said anything. Okay? They knew how to move. That's why their organization lasted for so long until folks start snitching.
I know where you're going with this. Yes,
you got these kids today, Nikki, like you said, this drill rap in Chicago and all these other places, they telling on themselves. All you got to do is sit back and hear them talk, and they will tell you. So I'm saying, it's a segment of our people. We got a problem of being loose lit, and we show everything. That's a problem.
That's a good point.
You know, just look, just go on your trip, man, and enjoy your trip. If you're gonna do that, just keep it discreet. That's all you have to do without bringing heat to yourself and other people. Because see, now they're gonna shift that. They're gonna shut Sandsua down, like Rico said. And if they take that nonsense to Santo Domingo, it's going to be a problem. Santo Domingo will shut that down. They gonna shut it down.
All those tourist police in Santo Domingo, they ain't gonna let that happen. You know,
right. But I'm saying by them doing it and saying sure, they're gonna try to take that. I'm gonna tell you, there's gonna be a lot of cats getting locked up, bro.
Right. Yeah, you're right, bro.
Locked up.
Yeah, no, DMR, you're right. They're gonna be like, hey man, we told y'all. Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna have to start putting the handcuffs on y'all and putting y'all in jail. Yep. That's what's
and again, guess what? Who was right again? That would be Nikki. That comes back to how do you know how to defend yourself? Do you know how to say, especially if you really are not doing the thing that they're accusing you of doing, to be able to say, excuse me, officer, no, I was actually recording my wife or my girlfriend. I have nothing to do with that. Right. And in fact, I can show you on my phone that is not what I was doing. And to do that in a respectful manner. Because I'm going to tell you something.
You know, you're right, sister, but they know the difference because the same Negroes, they keep going back over there almost every day filming, so they know the difference.
They know what's what. They know
Yeah.
what's what.
Hey, I'm gonna say this real quick, y'all. Like Rico said, they are cleaning up Sosua, but there's a place. I've been here for 4 years, y'all. There's a place called Pedernales. Pedernales. They're getting ready. They're getting ready to put $2 billion in Pedernales. In 10 years, it's gonna be the Punta Cana. Punta Cana and Pedernales. They're gonna be on. Pedernales is close to Haiti, the Haitian border. But when I say Pedernales, it's so beautiful. I've been there 3 times. It's so beautiful. I'm talking about it looks like you in some type of fantasy world. It don't even look real.
Wow.
They got rocks and you can see the fish swimming around. It's clear. It's crystal clear. It's beautiful.
But
Called Pedernales.
I think they're trying to build that up like Puerto Plata because, and the only reason why I say is Pedernales is, I want to say Puerto Plata is the #1 for the ships, meaning the cruise ships where they dock. And I think they want Pedernales to be #2. So they want another place where the ships.
You're right, Rico. They starting with that, and then they're going to make it into like, then they're going to make it into like a Punta Cana.
Right. So again, I don't know if it's fully going to get like a Punta Cana, but I know they definitely will have resorts there. They're going to, in other words, I just say like, people don't understand. I'm like, Punta Cana has so many goddamn, I don't know if the island can, I don't know if the island, maybe it will. I don't know if it'll be able to take another Punta Cana. So if they built, like Punta Cana has probably like 200 fucking resorts. The North Coast has maybe 10. Punta Cana has over 100 and something different large mega fucking resorts. Massive. So there's so many there. I'm not sure if it, but what they can do is they can do another North Coast where you have and paired analysis like, okay, if we get ships coming and people start to visit that part of the island, what they can expand on is real estate, because that area has a lot of virgin beaches. We can start building gated communities, and that is where the DR is going. And
hey Rico, now look what G Style says. Said they're going to build an airport. I didn't even know that, but I know
if they put an airport there, it's game over.
I'm telling you, they said they putting $2 billion in Pedernales.
I don't bet on it until I see an airport, because that's the infrastructure that's needed. Because at this point, if people like, to be honest with you, that's what's killing the North Coast. They have an airport there, but it's small, it's shitty, it's government funded, and they probably get 2% of the flights that Punta Cana get. The difference is,
what's the closest airport to Pedernales?
There is none. Probably Santo Domingo.
No, Barahona.
Yeah, but that's a domestic airport. That's not an international. The only international airports in the Dominican Republic are Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, Puerto Plata, Santiago. All other airports on the island are domestic airports, meaning that you can fly from one part of the island to the other. The international airports are the drivers of tourism. People fly into Santiago, people fly into Puerto Plata, people fly into Santo Domingo, people fly into Punta Cana. Even La Romana is a local airport that they don't get a lot of international flights because the runway is small, the airport is small. What made Punta Cana boom, it's a private airport. And they put about $20 billion into blowing this motherfucker up, because they knew that they're like Frank Ranieri, who's a Dominican, Grupo Punta Cana, they own all that shit to include the airport. They own the airport. That's not a government airport. That's a private airport. That is the only private airport in the country. Santo Domingo is owned by the government, Puerto Plata, and Santiago. So that relies on tax revenues. Punta Cana Airport doesn't need tax revenues. They pay for it. So when they say, oh, we want to do a new terminal, they pay and get a state-of-the-art, top-of-the-line terminal. More fucking flights. You know what I'm saying? It's money. So I do think I think they may put in, but look how long it took them, like you said, John, for them to, and you said they finally made an upgrade to Santo Domingo, right?
Right.
But that was like 20 years.
Right. It took a long time. They just got Wi-Fi in Santo Domingo like a year and a half ago.
Because you're relying on the government. So all I'm saying is, will the government build an airport there? They're not going to invest that kind of money in there until they see and know that, hey, we're going, like they never built an airport in Punta Cana because they didn't believe in it. But guess who believed in it? The people that built that motherfucker. So they said,
hey, I dropped the link, y'all. I dropped the link.
Hey, J-Day, hit the link. So that's the difference. People don't.
I don't see you in the back. I don't see you in the back, brother.
Punta Cana, which is the most visited place in the entire Caribbean. The Dominican government never even invested in building an airport there. Now, what makes you think they're going to invest in an area? And with all of the vision that those people had, and they made come true, the government did not say, we're going to put an airport there. It took the developers to build that airport, and they did.
Hey, Nikki, I gotta cut you off. Hey, real quick, y'all. I gotta say this, and I gotta get off because I'm starting to have spasms. My body's starting to hurt. But anyway, look, real quick, Nikki, I need you to close it out for me, please. Look for J-Day or Brooklyn Nomad to come up. And real quick, look at your pretty dog. Real quick, Rico, I had to do this, and I know you're gonna be bad at me, but I had to do this. Soul has her graduation party on Sunday, so I'm gonna be on what's the show called, Rico?
Raise the Raise.
Raise the Raise. Listen, I'll be on Raise the Raise. Me and Rico will be on Raise the Raise. I don't know about Nikki yet, but I know me and Rico will be on Raise the Raise on Sunday. The reason is because my body goes through so much pain, and I cannot do 4 or 5 hours. I'm already in pain. So we're going to do Raise the Raise on Sunday. Raise the Raise can't reschedule, so we're going to do Raise the Raise on Sunday. And hey, I love everybody that's on the channel. I'm gonna let Rico and Nikki close it out.
All right, John.
I don't think that I've seen him come up yet. Rico, do you see him trying to come up?
No, I don't see anybody, but I'm not in the back, so you're gonna have to tell me.
Nikki, hold on 1 second. Nikki can bring it up, but Raise the Ray, make sure it's Sunday. I'll make sure I send y'all a reminder. Raise the Ray on Sunday. It's gonna be fun.
Hey, John.
Carl. Yeah.
Hey, John. Tell Junior and Mundo I said, what's up, man?
I will. All right. Y'all be safe, brother.
All right, John.
Rico, take care, man. Hey, great job today, y'all. Great job. All right. Hey, bro. Rico, I want y'all to touch on this. Do you think that they're gonna have that same band in Punta Plata? I mean Punta Cana.
What do you mean? As far as the videoing?
Yeah, because I mean that's mainly in Sosúa, but you think they're gonna really get serious?
That shit ain't even starting in Punta Cana. That shit's not even gonna start in Punta Cana. That creep camera shit. So? Man, you out of your fucking mind. We shutting that shit down. We got property values. The fuck out of here.
No man, what's up, brother?
Morning, everyone. Happy to be here.
Hey, bro. Hey, brother. How you doing? How you doing?
Y'all take care, brother. Take care.
All right, John.
I don't know the one with the shades.
Bye, John. Love you.
Hey.
Love you too.
All right. Hey, can I chime in for a minute?
Yes, sir.
You better chime in.
Hey, I've been hearing what y'all saying, and because I know y'all just shouted out J-Day. I've been telling J-Day that over in Santo Domingo where I'm at, by Los Acarizos, right? Yeah, they getting serious, man, because they building that doggone that I call it the mega train that's supposed to be going from Santo Domingo to Santiago, and then they're gonna hit Puerto Plata, and yo, they building Bravos, they building all kind of buildings next to my condo, and I was telling them, I said, yo, if I hold on another five years and then sell, I said I'm gonna make a killing, because everything is coming up now. You know, they trying to make just Dominican Republic as a whole as a mega tourist country. I think that's my opinion, and that's for me just sitting back and watching since I started how things are changing. Yeah.
But
So
let me ask you this, no man, and I always sit there and say it's like I know like Coach Troy, a lot of people like I told people when I invested in the DR, I didn't invest in it as a, you know, and there's nothing wrong with if you want to make money and flip, do your shit.
Right.
But I didn't invest. I invested in it I'm dying where I bought, but I do want my value to go up so that when I do die, I got even more shit to leave to my children and my grandchildren.
Correct.
So I am definitely always looking at the shit with an investor's eye. But I think that speaks to what we were talking about in this conversation where Black men coming into certain parts of, and we're just talking about the DR and wanting to do certain behaviors that's detrimental to the improvement of areas, the country. So like I said, if they're doing this mega project from Santo Domingo up to Santiago, all the way up to Puerto Plata, they don't want those areas to be known for what Sosua is known for today. I'm as a government and I'm trying to build to say, hey, let's go to the new Sosua. I gotta stop this shit.
Yeah.
That y'all doing. You fucking with my bread now. Right?
Yeah. Well, no, I get it. Rico is your name, right?
Yes, sir.
I've been seeing your head. Okay, this is the first time me and you got to talk, but I've been
nice to meet
watching.
You, brother.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, like you said, when I hit Santo Domingo, I started out Puerto Plata, Sosua, right?
Come here, give me a hug. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is my beautiful grandbaby. This is my little
grandkid. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Pretty girl.
I don't stink. She's trying to say I stink, right?
Yeah.
This is my beautiful Dominican. That's my Dominican granddaughter. Yeah. She's trying to say I stink. Say hi to them. Leslie. That's her mother.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? How you doing?
Say some shit in Spanish so they don't think I'm lying. She speaks Spanish.
Bien, me too.
Pero, oye, pero amiga, esa vaina no es buena, una vaina dominicana, pero que lo que es, tiene una cosa dominicana, ¿oíste?
Yo nací aquí, yo no soy de allá.
Get the fuck out. Bye.
Yeah. But Rico, my Spanish is not like Nikki's, but it's getting there, right? But
no, it's Rico, great, and thank you.
Thank you. I'm like you. When I got my condo, I got my condo for the sole purpose of to live.
Yes.
Right. I wasn't looking on it. I was looking for. I looked on the price, like I told people. I'll be clear all the time. I got my condo for $45. So I got it cheap.
Great deal.
Yeah. 3 bedroom, 2 baths.
Shit.
Gated community.
When did you get it?
I got mine December 12th is gonna be 3 years because that's when I can pay it off with no without the penalty for the interest.
So
right?
December what? December
of 2024 of this year.
No, you bought it in 2024?
I got it back 3 years ago. Three back.
So you bought it in 2021.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. You paid it off in 2024. Okay. All right. Great.
Yeah. And I got it for that, like you said, for that purpose. And I had been over to Sosua, been to Puerto Plata, and I was like, "That's not my."
I'm sorry. Fuck, Santo Domingo.
Yeah, Santo Domingo. Damn,
you stole from them.
I know. When I went to Santo Domingo,
fucking deal.
Yeah, I was all over. I was in Costanza, Jarabacoa. I was everywhere the tourists was, right?
Okay.
And where I'm at, I don't see any tourists, or I don't see any expats. Let's put it that way, right? I'm the only one, and I got it to be part of the community, right? Mm-hmm. And but like you said, now when I'm looking at it, future-wise, as you said, as legacy, leaving something like that, I'm like, people are now where before nobody was buying, right? I had like 4 or 5 units. I had 4 or 5 units open that I wanted to go back and buy another unit to Airbnb, you know, I started thinking, well, let me make a little extra money for me, buy another unit, live in a unit, rent out a unit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now my units, they're all sold.
But what are they like? I know they gotta be triple the cost now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And guess who's buying them? All the Dominicans.
Yeah.
I'm the only foreigner.
But even at triple the cost, even no matter who's buying it, I'm like, you got it at 45. They gotta be going 125, 150.
Look, I gave it a low 70,000. I gave it a low 70, 80. But you could be at this point, you could be right. Because I haven't checked into it.
Because it's all about location. I'm like,
location.
You saying at the bingo, and you said you had a 3-bedroom?
It's 3 bedroom, 2 baths, right?
Man,
yeah.
You talking about a couple? You better hold that shit. You better hold it.
I'm gonna hold it for 5 more. Yeah, I'm gonna hold it for 5 more because once that train comes in, I can go from the doggone Santo Domingo airport, or I fly into Santiago and I take the I call it the mega bus, but you know they bus for like 300 pesos, right? I take it from Santiago airport down. I can go either way. I can get home without a problem, right? And once that train come in, those cab drivers not getting me no more. You know how you call Uber? It says it's like $15 for an Uber. And then when they see you, they want another 10. They want to up the price on you. You're like, yo, but Uber says this because you're a foreigner. I'm like, man, I'll hop on that train and I can just go home and mind my business. And it's going to take me all the way to the house.
But you know, the way I look at it is like, I love the flexibility. So when you're now granted, like I got a car, you know, with my house. And I told my wife we got to get another car before we go because like if I tell anybody, if you live in Punta Cana, you got to have a car because it's just like I mean, they got public transportation, motos. That's the one thing. I'm not getting on the fucking moto. I'm too old to be getting on the moto. But, you know what I'm saying? I'm too old for that shit. And they give me a heart attack just watching them. So, but like when I look at Saint, that's the one thing I did. Because to be honest, I told my wife, I'm like, I want to buy an apartment in Santo Domingo.
Okay.
Going to Santo Domingo. And I'm like, instead of us staying in Airbnbs and hotels, I like to have a condo up there. So I'm looking for something and looking around. My home base is going to be Punta Cana. I still want to see something, an apartment in Santo Domingo, and then even an apartment on the North Coast. Just different parts of the island so I can stay for extended periods. But it's a lot to look at. And what I love about, like you said, the way you describe is I hear options. Oh shit, you can take the train from Santiago, you can take the train from Las Americas, Santo Domingo. That's the only thing I hate is like I'm restricted to Punta Cana Airport. I wish we had 2, 3, 4 other airports. We don't.
Right.
Sound like you'll be in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Hola.
My moderator, Miss Bella.
Hi, good morning.
She takes care of me everything, man.
How you doing?
She's like my health home attendant. Yeah, she takes care of everything.
Okay. Your moderator, wink, wink.
We going with moderator. You know, no man. I'm all over the place. Yeah, that's Miss Bella. Yeah, because you'll see her on most of my videos.
Hi, Nikki.
Her and Nikki talk.
Hey, girl. Hi, Miss Bella. Look, apparently Rico didn't pay attention when you explained that on our interview with you.
Right.
What we learned about Miss Bella was that number one, she's very Asia, very beautiful. That was the first one we learned, and that is very true. Secondly, what we learned, they have a dope relationship. She is moderating. She's doing her thing. She does such a great job. We appreciate you. Shout outs to you, beautiful. And keep doing your thing.
I didn't see the episode. Come here, EJ. Come here.
No, he wasn't there when we did that one.
Come here. I want you to meet one more of my demons. That's another one of my demons.
Hey, man. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, EJ.
This is EJ, right? This is my grandson.
How you doing, EJ?
Hi, EJ. Good to see you, bud.
So he's the one been driving me crazy. But get on out of here, boy. They get ready to go home, thank God.
What?
Okay. I know Chloe went home.
Okay, we'll talk. Okay, he's not here. Okay, good. I'm sorry.
Where are you right now?
Yeah, I'm still building this house in the DR, and I'm, the rainy season is messing me up trying to get the carpenter to finish up my septic. So, I got up to go do that. I seen y'all on. I jumped on real quick, and because it's
let me ask you a question.
it's
Brooklyn.
it's 7:50 here.
But Brooklyn, you know what we were talking about? We were getting into. Okay, so you've been in the DR. Let me ask him this, Nikki. You've been in the DR how long now?
Look at that. Hold on. I'm sorry.
Hold on, real quick. Let's welcome in J Day. What's up, J Day?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on?
Morning,
yes. Welcome. Okay, hold on a second.
Huh?
All right.
Are you at work? Because your ass always at work when I see
Well,
you.
you know, I listen. The grind is real. The grind is real.
The grind is real for him.
Right.
All right, look. Let's stay on task.
All right.
That's why.
Let's stay on task because you asked the question. You asked me. You said who has been in DR for how long? Were you asking me that?
No, I was asking
me.
Brooklyn. I was asking.
Oh, Brooklyn. Okay, yeah. Go. Yeah.
And the only reason why I was asking is because in particular we were discussing the big issue was obviously the stuff. You see I got to deal with this, right? Get out of here.
I see.
Okay, yes. All right, say bye.
Oh my God.
Bye, little man.
He is so cute. EJ, you get your little butt out of here.
Oh shoot. Okay, his mama. Okay, bye. I got rid of him finally. Hallelujah. Peace. Peace has been restored.
There you go. So what was your question? Go ahead. What was your question?
Yes, go on. Thank you.
I'll say this. The question was driven around what we were talking about. In particular, in this space, we talked about the camming stuff. People recording people. So I want to know, how do you feel about, so in particular, obviously the Sasua, all the noise has been going on about camming in Sasua and the pushback and all this stuff. And for whatever reason, I don't know why guys is getting mad about it. If people say stop recording, stop fucking recording them. To me, that's just me. That's my position. So my question is, how do you and J-Day feel about, because my question is, why do black men feel like we're entitled? And it's not black men, it's anybody. But we know in the algorithmic space, all of the people that are pushing stuff on the internet, they look like us. Why do they feel like they have a right to do this or entitled to do this shit? What do you think?
I'll go first, Jay, because you just came on. I'm gonna make you wait. No, I'm just messing with you, man. But no, on the real. Okay, so for me, and that's why I was watching y'all this morning. I didn't even go take care of my doggone business. But for me, I don't do that, right? So I'm gonna use the word, I don't exploit women, right? I just started putting Miss Bella on my YouTube in moderation because of that. So how do I feel about it? That I don't have a, put it this way, I don't have a feeling for it, to be honest with you, right? Because that's not my thing. I'm like, if they do it because they want to, I know that's going to get the ratings, that's going to get the algorithm, that's going to get you money. We all know that. And I'm guilty of it, as I notice when I put Miss Bella on or I feature other women on my page, guys tune me out and they look at them real fast, right? But to go around Sasua or like walking street and or the red light district or whatever, and just show them twerking and this and that, that's not my thing. No. But so I'm like you know, every YouTuber, I got one of mine. Here's, okay?
Hey, beautiful.
Hola. Everybody got. She's Filipino. She's all English. She's all English.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, Brooklyn. See, those are the beauties I want to see. Brooklyn.
Yeah, the grandkids, right? She all English.
But you know what, Brooklyn? Those are the beauties we should be promoting, the children.
Right.
We're doing things. That's the beauties.
I put the kids in when I'm building the property and stuff, that all the kids come over, Uncle Jeff, this and that. I throw them in. That's what I do. Yeah,
that's
I throw the family in.
That's a positive representation of what black men are doing in other countries. That's a positive representation.
Right. Because
And
we
I love
already,
it.
you know, when it comes to the black man, we are, go ahead. Now I was just saying, like, you know, when it comes to the black man, we already looked down upon already. You know, so any little thing we do is just gonna make us is made to make us look even better. You know what I mean? So, you know, my view on the whole sex exploitation thing is, you know, when you have family, a wife, a sister, a mother, aunts, you know, look at your family. Would you like your family to be exploited like that? You know what I mean? And um, Dominican people we already stigmatized. That it's just it is what it is. It is what it is. Especially when it comes from, you know, the local men. They look at us as like, yo, you stealing our women, y'all are dogs, y'all are this, you know. So it just makes us overall look bad as a whole. And I think that brothers that are not into that really need to show another side of us. You know what I mean? To change that narrative. You know what I mean? To change the narrative. So that's pretty much my take on that. You know? Yeah.
So let me go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
can I jump?
Yeah, go ahead.
From what he said, he put it more eloquently than me. Like I said, because I don't have a position one way or another, right? But from what JD just said, I think that puts us more in jeopardy from the because I'm all over the place. So when I talk, I just talk all the countries, right? Not just DR, right? But that puts a more target on our back to get us hit over the head, thrown in jail, stuff like that more, because when they do it, and I don't knock them, but that I have to be on high alert more for me because I don't want them to group me into that, if that makes sense. Right? But Jay put it more elegantly than I did.
No, he did it perfectly. Go ahead, DMR.
Yeah, exactly. You know, because we have a target on our back anyway. So, like JD said, man, you know, you just compounding the situation even more. You know.
Right.
And it makes it harder for us to. It's like we got to prove ourselves now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We got to prove. We got to prove ourselves. You know. So, it's an unfortunate thing, but sometimes it has to take people like us to make a difference. You know.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys this, because JD, maybe you and Brooklyn weren't here earlier when I spoke about it earlier, because again, like I said, it strikes me as surprising, right? So, like, unfortunately, and like I said, you know, I will offer an apology to my brother John, but like I said, you know, and JD, I think you might have been watching me for a while, but I'm a pretty opinionated person in this space.
Mm-hmm.
I have my opinions, my ideas, and my beliefs, and I'm not always right. I can be wrong sometimes,
Right.
but I'm opinionated and I'm pretty strong in my opinions, especially when I see things that's just like a fucking layup. You know, when I see black men in these spaces, and I always start with the space, like I said, you know, we got the beautiful, brilliant, intelligent Sister Nikki here, right? But I hear black men in these travel spaces, and I'm like, I think Jada, you got a beautiful Dominican girl, right?
Yeah.
Brooklyn Nomad, I don't know, but maybe you do, maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. No, but my whole point is this: no matter who you have, I sit there and tell people that doesn't mean that all of a sudden that just because you got a beautiful Dominican or Colombia or Thai or whatever the case may be, and you can feel proud about that, that all of a sudden you should automatically think, oh, okay, let me start shitting on black women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
And that's what see, that's the thing that triggered me, because in these spaces, I see that routinely being the language that they traffic in. And then when guys will sit there and tell me they don't do it, I'm like, that's bullshit. I come on here and I say something like, hey, beautiful Nikki, and they'll call me a sip. I'm like, why? Because I told a black woman that she was beautiful. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And you know what they'll tell me? Literally, what they will tell me, and Nikki will tell you, well, your wife ain't black. What the fuck does who I love have anything to do with my love for my people?
Right.
Fucking crazy.
Let me hop in for 1 second as the the one black lady
The moderator,
on the
speak up.
on the moderator,
You
on the
need to
panel.
be heard. I agree with that. Let's go, sister.
Yes, thank you for that. I think what it is that has happened is that some of these guys, and I'm very listen to what I'm saying, right? Some, not all. I think some of these guys
my struggle.
are guys that have dealt with black women that didn't give them the time of day. So they're black girl hurt, black woman hurt. They feel rejected. So then they go and get a different nationality and say, "Oh, but they are so good. They treat me right. They're this, they're that." And then they, want to try to um, justify saying negative things about black women because of that. My thing is, as a black woman who dates specifically and with the intention of marrying a Dominican man, um, I've never been that one to say the negative thing about black men because to me, I know that when I say the negative thing about black men, I'm saying the negative thing about myself because I'm a black woman. And to me, that's disgusting. And not only am I saying that about me, I'm saying I would be saying the negative thing about my father, who, although he didn't do his best job, God bless his heart, he did what he knew how to do with the tools that he had, right? He didn't know how to uh, love the best way that should have happened for me. My father died when I was 19 because of the drugs, right? The drugs is what was the problem. Bottom line, all bringing all of this together because ADD and ADHD are going to take us all over the world. But the bottom line of what I'm saying is that I did not say in my pursuance of Dominican men ever did I say that black men are less than, and I would never say that because to me it's disgusting and it's weird, and I love, love, love black men because I love, love, love
Thank
myself,
you.
and you know, yeah. So I think for these black guys, they're using it as an excuse because they are black girl hurt, like some people are black church hurt, to say, nah, these black girls did me wrong, they hurt me. So now I'm gonna go get my savior because that is safe and it feels good. And now someone is kissing my ass and making me feel better about myself. And they see me for who I am. No, bro, just say that's your preference and leave it at that. Because one
That's
thing
it.
that I'm learning at 42 years old, I don't have to explain shit to anybody. I said what I said. I feel how I feel. And I also don't have to hurt anyone else's feelings behind what I feel. I don't need to say, hey, oh, it's because black guys are so mean to me because they always used to call me the little white girl. And they said that my butt wasn't fat like the other black girl's butt was fat. That's real shit. They did say those things. And that has nothing to do with my preference. Not at all.
Let me say this, and this is what I will say. It's like, and this is where like we're like I struggle with it, and I don't struggle with it, but I'm always angry about it. People like you just I'm like because you motherfuckers are really just unbelievably fucked up. Because like you sit there and say right, like and no, and this is what I'm saying is like you said and said it's like when you say, "Oh, okay," to hate black men is to hate your father. It doesn't just hate your father.
Absolutely.
You hate me too. I'm a
Like
black man,
myself. Right.
and
That's
I
right.
don't accept that narrative because the last black man that shitted on you. Okay, well, Charles or James or whatever the fuck that nigga name was, he was a
It
piece of
was.
shit. We're not a
Yeah,
piece of shit. He was a piece of shit, and I can accept that. I can
that's
accept
right.
that that motherfucker's a piece of shit because the same way that you saw that motherfucker was a piece of shit, if I was in his circle of male friends, I probably saw him as a piece of shit too.
As well.
But that's fine. But then when we get into the dichotomy of where the black men do this whole they're better than, and I'm always saying, look, And for Nikki knows, she's seen my wife 100 times. Like I tell everybody, I'm like, my wife is in come here, Nina. She's indigenous Salvadorian. And I've been married to her for 10 years.
Right.
Celebrated our 10-year anniversary. We've been together for 12 years. But the reality is I tell people all the time, it's like, and this is the running joke I always say.
Lee.
I've been married 3 times.
Right.
As a black man. I've been married 3 times. The first wife was black, the second wife was black, the third wife is Salvadorian. What do they all have in common? The first wife did not listen to me and spent all my money. The second wife did not listen to me and spent all my money. The current wife does not listen to me and spends all my money.
Right.
So their ethnicity doesn't mean a fucking thing.
Right.
I love that. I love that.
It's just generally, and then I always tell people too, when people are like, well, Rick, I was like, look, it took me a long time to understand that I'm a difficult drink of water. So I tell people what men tend to do. This is what people generally fail to do. And I heard someone say it, and I'm gonna tell you, I can't take credit for it. I can't remember it, but it blew me away. It was like the person said, people have too many windows and not enough mirrors.
Right.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
And no mirrors. You need to replace some of those windows with mirrors because we look outside rather than inside.
Look side. Makes sense.
Right.
I love the analogy.
Like when they said, like,
That's a great analogy.
It blew me away, right? So it started getting me into this circle of thinking and thought, and I started looking. I was like, damn, are we really? And I started realizing, so again, I tell everybody, I don't have the answer. I'm always looking for it. I love, and I always tell people, like, look, when I always tell people, like, look, they'll tell you, okay, when you're vetting a relationship, look for red flags, right? Right, Brooklyn, they're going to tell you, look for the red flags. J-Day, look for the red flags, right?
Right.
And the first thing I'll ask you is, I'm like, where are you looking for the red flags at? When you look for the red flags, where are you looking for red flags to show up at?
When it comes to what?
Dating. You're dating.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. You remember, Unc, when I was telling you about the girl that I was chasing for 4 years and all of that, right? I remember. Okay. So I'm gonna give you a fast forward. Okay. So, now she done recently, reached out to me. Now, I told you I already know the red flags. Sometimes we see the red flags, we want to ignore it. And I'm gonna be truthful. I was still entertaining it. Entertaining it. Until I just decided, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna block this chick. I had to block her.
Okay. So can you go ahead, just pause right there for a second. Brooklyn, where do you look for red flags at?
To be honest with you, I don't look for red flags. I don't. And this is what I mean by that.
Okay.
I'm like you. I've been married twice, not 3. Right? Okay. I ain't hit the 3rd yet.
Number 3 coming, but go ahead.
Because me and you are the oldest 2 in the house right now. I'm thinking. I just turned.
You on your way. You on your way.
Yeah. I just turned 54. So I had a birthday
Congratulations,
yesterday,
brother.
and today's what, 23rd for you guys, I think. So I got 2 birthdays going on, right?
Okay.
And for me, like you said, now that I'm older, a little wiser, I don't look for the flags. I treat everybody as an individual, right? Okay. But I know where J-Day going with this because we talk every day. Okay, I know where he's going. So as you interact, as for me, as I interact, right? When they start saying those key words that I have, came across before because of past relationships, stuff like that, that's when the flags start. It's like, to me, red flags, y'all call them red flags, I call them weeds. That's when the weeds start coming out. First, I try to prune and I try to pull them out. But if it's getting overbearing for me,
I like the analogy.
That's when I start backing off. I gotta get me a new garden. Let's just put it that way. I get me a new garden.
Okay, let me tell you let me tell you guys where I was going, right?
Okay.
And I love what you said, J-Day. I love what you said, Brooklyn.
Right.
weeds, red flags, call it whatever you want. Again, it goes back to the window versus mirror analogy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
When people always talk
Okay,
about,
I
oh,
get what
you
you're
got to look for the red flags, right?
Right.
We're looking for the red flags in the person that we're dating. We should be
But
looking
we
for the
looking
red
for them in
flags in
ourselves.
ourselves.
Yeah, ourselves.
That's
Oh,
where we
he
need
Yeah,
to
caught it.
look
I
He
at.
got
caught
you.
it.
Okay.
I got
Why are you still entertaining it? Why are you doing this? Why?
Right.
Because
Right.
again, people can only do to us what we
So we
allow.
allow
And
We
them
we
to
allow.
do.
are
It's
Yes.
our
true.
greatest enemy.
It's
And
true.
that's
Yeah.
all I'm saying. Is like,
It's
and
true.
look, no, I have not figured this shit out. So
Right.
please do
I
not.
get
Oh,
you.
Rico, no, I ain't figured shit out. I'm just saying red flags are not always seen outward. We need to start looking inward because
Inward. Right.
I literally say this to myself, and when people are like, well, why are you so crazy about black women? And this is what I believe. I believe in my heart this, right? As black men, even though I don't have a black wife, as black men, I literally believe black women love us more than we love them and more than we deserve.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why I think that. Because I think that black men do love black women. I believe we
Right.
do.
Yeah, we do. We
But
do.
I
I'll
don't
go
think
with that. We do.
I absolutely, I didn't say black men don't love black women. I said more than we deserve and more than we love them in return.
Ooh,
Black
this is so
women
good.
and black women take on a love for black men and black people like they take on a love for their children. If a woman gave birth to a child, a woman would lay her life down, all this shit. Black men, we love our kids, but we think about dying for them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's a lot of things that go into what I look at how the male thought goes as opposed to if you look at in animals, the lioness and the chimpanzee, it's like you ain't touching that baby, period. You ain't
Right.
touching that motherfucker, good, bad, or indifferent. And I'm not saying that the male doesn't do the same thing, but I'm saying they don't do it in the same way.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's not equal, but a maternal instinct, I think, is higher than a paternal instinct. I could be wrong. I could be
No,
wrong.
you're
I
not
could be
wrong.
wrong.
Ooh, please.
And all I'm saying
Can I
is
hop in?
when I look back at it and I look through history, I look through the history of us being subjugated to chattel slavery, coming here in slavery, and everything we go through. I absolutely, without question, think black men will love and kill and die for black women. I would do it. But I just sit there and say, it's like, do I do it at the same level that they do? And I just cannot answer that question honestly as yes. I'm like,
Yes.
they
Right.
do
Right.
it more. And
Right.
whether I like it or not, I accept that.
Oh my God.
I just do.
Yo, Rico,
I just do.
listen to me. There are so many, when I'm on like the black Twitters and the black Instagrams, a black man has never been honest the way that you were so
Just do.
honest right now. And when I
Right.
say I never thought I would love you like I'm loving you right now, I love you like I love you right now because it's a tough thing to say out loud. And I love that you're honest enough to say it out loud. You did not try to justify it. You did not say that it was right. What you said was
No.
the truth. And sometimes the truth, it is hurtful and it's not the right thing. And it's also still what the truth of the matter is, you guys. So
Yeah.
I am smiling like ear to ear right now because to me, that shows that you, sir, are honest. You are mature in what you're saying. And again, no, you're not wrong. There's nothing to me negative about what you said. The truth is the truth. And for me, what I think happens is that here we go with the black woman thing. A lot of times when black women have black sons, They try to turn that little black son into their goddamn husband as a single
Yes, the son
woman.
husband. Yeah.
He listen to me. It's about to get all the way real on this channel, and I'm gonna keep it honest. The son now, you're the man of the house. When that little boy is only 8 years old, it's unfair, and it is not right to do that because then the minute that a man steps in who wants to be the man, whether he's qualified or not, and let's be very clear, 80% of the time that man is not qualified to be the man of that house. Let's be very clear. It happens, she allows it, and then the son is looking like, but this dude is worse than my dad. Like, what are you doing, mommy? And you told me I'm the man. When I tell y'all this is a whole topic, we have to do what I would love to do
But
another 2 hour conversation about all of this.
But let me
It's a
just
lot.
say this because the butthurtery is real. I am not saying. See, they're going to twist everything I said. I'm not saying that black men don't love black women. I've said that repeatedly. We do.
Okay.
I didn't hear
Well,
you
well,
say
you
that.
know,
And I'm a black woman.
I'm just
That's not what I
saying.
heard.
Go ahead.
Hold on, Doctor HP Black keeps saying that you're wrong. So
Sure.
He said
what's
you're
your
wrong and he
okay?
disagree with you.
No, that's fine. But give me your perspective. In what way do you think that he's wrong? I like to know.
And let's see,
Yeah.
Dr. HP, can you click the link? I want to let you in. Let me see if
I,
he's in the
Yeah.
background.
I
I want
literally
him to
just,
come in. I want to hear that. I want to
but
understand
I'm
his
literally
perspective. I'm with you, J-Day.
I'm literally speaking from the perspective. I don't care
I
if
mean,
it's black, white, Asian, blue, or green.
Brooklyn
The
Nomad.
maternal instinct is always higher than the paternal instinct. And then I
Right.
think that it is no, I am not speaking in absolute. I'm just saying that just
Not
collectively,
even. Not
I'm saying
even.
collectively, I know me as a man, and I am a
He
man.
said you are speaking in absolute.
Right, I know, but I'm not. But what I'm saying is,
You
I'm
just tell him
telling
you're not.
you.
You gotta tell him you are.
Well, I mean, no, I'm saying I'm not speaking in absolute. I'm not saying
I
that.
know.
I'm literally saying that I can't speak for every man. I'm
Right.
just making a generalization. That
Hmm.
Right.
so I'll tell you this for a perfect example. And me and Dr. Black talk all the time, right? So I'll say this, okay? So in certain spaces, right, we talk about the what. And me and Dr. Black have talked about. We have deep conversations about white supremacy, right? And I'm like, okay, but when it comes to areas of social justice,
Hmm.
who dominates the space?
The whites.
No. Among the black, who dominates the space of social justice? Is it black men or black women?
Black women.
I say black women.
Who
Yeah.
dominates
Black
the
women
space?
dominate.
Exactly.
Black
Of
women.
Right.
social
Black
justice.
women.
And we're talking
Correct.
about
Black
social
women.
justice. And let me finish. In social justice, we're talking about equality, oppression of the race.
Okay.
Right.
And anytime a motherfucking nigga get unlawfully shot, incarcerated, whatever the case may be, who dominates the space?
A
It's the
woman.
women. The women.
The women.
Hmm.
Why am I fighting with
Here's the
y'all?
deal. Here's
Why?
the deal.
So why
Here's
am
the
I
deal.
fighting with y'all about who loves us most when,
Wasn't it?
unfortunately, who's leading the fight for us?
Right.
Wasn't
That's
it
all I'm
Paul
asking.
Mooney? Wasn't it Paul Mooney that mentioned the black woman is the least protected?
It was Malcolm X, but he was true. Either one of them was true.
Oh, it was Malcolm X, and then Paul Mooney further reiterated that prior to
I
his
did not speak.
You
dying.
leaving?
Let me be clear. Let's read Dr. Black's statement. I stated it's wrong for black men. Absolutely. One more time. I am not speaking in absolutes. I'm speaking in generalizations. You're hearing it in absolutes. Absolutely, black men love their daughters. But I don't think they love their daughters more than they love let me tell you this. I will agree with you. I have a daughter, Dr. Black. I have a black daughter. I don't love her more. I don't even love her equally as her mother does. As much as I love my daughter, I don't love her as much as her fucking mother does. And when you have a daughter, you come and have that conversation with me. because it's not the same. It's never been the same, and it never will be. I have a black daughter, and I will die for my black daughter. Her mother will already be dead. That's a motherfucking fact. Ain't no black woman gonna let her daughter be fucking unprotected. Period.
Yeah, I think there's
all I'm
something
saying.
about, I think there is something innately in Black women that we are
It's a
so,
maternal instinct.
I think so too. We're overly protective of our Black brother, our Black father, our, you know what I mean, over that. And I think that Black men, some of Black men are that way, but it's not innate with
No.
all Black men. I
And
think
Right.
with
that's
some
my
Black
point.
men, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
But
all my
I
point
know
was.
Hey, yo,
Jay wanted to say something. Get in
Right,
there, Jay.
but y'all understand what that was my
No,
point.
no.
I'm
That was all my point was. Go ahead.
about to go. I gotta go to work, but I enjoyed everybody. Peace to everybody. Peace and love. And I'll check y'all
All right.
later. Rico,
Don't
Thank
don't
Nikki,
you,
go.
Ian.
Don't go. Don't
Jaden.
go. Don't
Huh?
go. What's your name, brother? We haven't met. What's your name?
DMR. DMR.
You got a channel?
Huh?
You got a channel?
Yeah.
You got
DMR 2812.
okay.
2812.
All right. I'll look you up. Nice meeting you, man. Nice meeting you. I'll look
Okay,
you up.
brother. All right, brother. No man. All
Hi,
right, Jaden.
DMR.
All right,
Rico.
I'm
brother.
gonna see you the next time you're in DR. We're
Hey,
gonna get
I
DMR,
together
will
next
be
time you're in DR, bro.
I will be back real soon. I'll be right.
you know we
What's
love
All
you,
real
right.
brother.
soon though, bro? I'll be back at the end of July. I didn't want to
Oh,
broadcast it just yet, but I'll be
right.
back at the end
Okay.
of July.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Nick.
We'll talk behind the scenes, bro.
All
I
right,
hate that I
y'all.
missed you this time. All
Yeah.
right, bye.
All right, y'all. See y'all.
All right.
Later.
See you later. All right. Let me chime in real quick. This is for Rico, but I gotta go through Nikki. Hey, Nikki. Um, do you have my number?
No, I don't have your phone number.
Okay, because I know John got it. I didn't know if it went like through you. You handle all that. Do me a favor when you can, or get with John or Rico. Rico, definitely get my number from John then, because I thought maybe she had it, like she kept all that records and stuff. Get my
I
get
mean,
my
I
number
am
from
on the
John.
background. I could find it, but I feel
I
you.
get it. Rico, John or J Day, get my number for one of them. If you
Okay.
got
I
access
got
to
you.
them,
I got you.
and
I
yeah,
got
and
you.
contact me today or tomorrow offline, whatever. Just contact me. Don't worry about what time it is for me. Just contact me.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
I'll do that.
Definitely, I want to stay in contact with you. So when you get a chance, hit me up. But
I
John and
do that. I
yeah,
promise you.
And,
J
yeah,
Day know I
yeah,
tap in
yeah,
with J Day
yeah.
yeah,
as I
And
catch
Unc,
up.
I gotta have you back on, but we're gonna talk about that. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean, overall, guys, I think as I'm not gonna say black men, but as black people, we need to do better. You know,
hmm
we need to do better. Um, as a whole, you know, we looking bad out there, especially the passport bro movement, man. Especially the passport bro movement. Um, they are catching so much flack, and to be honest with you, their opposition. Their opposition is black women. The black women is just coming for the past. I mean, part of it I understand. I can see it from both sides. From both sides, I had a brother that reached out to me, and you know what he told me? He said he used to date black women, and he stopped because he said that when it comes to, he said out of all the races, when it comes to black women, they are very, very judgmental when it comes to the size of a man's penis. And he said he stopped. He said he kept it real. He said that he stopped dating them for that reason because you know, was very transparent in the beginning about, because he's like, yo, I'm not the biggest man in the world, but he constantly got shot down for that reason. Now that he started dating foreign women, they don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? So he said that's his reason as to why. And he said, you know what? I'm sure there's a lot of other brothers out there that feel the same way that he feels. You know.
But if J-Day, if that's the case, that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with that brother feeling that way, and that brother is not wrong for his belief. Then just move on to your new community. Does that give you license to trash the community that you came from? That's all I'm saying. So
no, it don't, no.
And this is what I'm gonna say, right? And you guys are not gonna believe it. You guys are gonna think it's the honest to God truth, because me calling out passport bros, you know what they call me? They call me Rico, you pocket watching, you dick policing, right? Those are the two things they call me, right? But I'm gonna tell you what's funny. There's a passport bro, and I told Coach about it, right? Because we're gonna talk about Thailand. I ain't never been to Thailand.
Don't you do it, because I'm in Thailand too.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, but you gotta listen.
I'll be in Thailand in a couple of days.
Listen.
Don't do
brother,
it.
no
Don't
man. Brother, no man. You know I'm about to step on your toes, so tighten your shoes.
You are.
But the reality is, there is a brother over there, and he's my generation. He's 60-something years old.
Don't do it.
You know
Rico,
who I'm talking about, right?
Rico, stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
I know.
So,
Rico,
but I'm like, he's a passport bro, right? Why is he not a passport bro? He's a black man with a passport, leaving America.
Right.
He don't want to date black women, and he want to date Thai alternative women.
Why can't he just say American women though? Like that's the thing that annoys me, bro.
No, Nikki.
Wait. Rico, why you said
he
Thai
wants
alternative?
to leave America. He's a Western man who's tired of American women, and he want to go to Thailand to date Thai alternative women, and he's proud of it.
You said alternative women.
Right? Yeah.
I'm trying to be
you
correct.
are so wrong, Rico.
No, look, Nikki.
You ain't getting my number, Rico.
Here's the crazy part about it, right, Nikki? Here's the crazy part about it. This brother is proud in his truth. Passport bros done lost their shit about this brother. Oh, I can't believe. I'm like, wait a minute, but y'all can talk about him, but I can't talk about y'all.
Right.
So y'all can talk about him dating alternative girls, but I can't talk about y'all dating whores. Can someone explain to me the difference?
I think the whores is worse than the alternative, because
that's all I'm saying is,
if the alternative is working and got a job and being part of society, then okay. But the whore is going through many, you know.
But if I say you shouldn't be, I've never not once told anybody you shouldn't go over there and fuck a whore. I've literally sat here and say, look, when my sons come to Punta Cana, I tell them, look, if you're gonna go up there and you're gonna deal with a working girl, you pay them a fair rate. Do not dehumanize them. Do not film that. Like, literally, it's like, look, it's tough what you're doing. Go up there, have your fucking fun, leave it alone, take your black ass back home. My kids don't talk about no goddamn fucking black women, because they know they get their throat slashed. I ain't accepting that bullshit, because you're not going to compare a working girl to a non-working girl. It's unacceptable. So that's fine. But I'm sitting there saying, wait a minute. Y'all sit there and y'all trash women like Nikki and say, oh, she's not fit, feminine, beautiful, like a whore, lack of a better word. And I'm just using it generically. And then, so I'm like, so when that brother goes over there, he got a sweet tooth for the alternative girls. Why are y'all?
And for me, I'm very much confused, because I'm not completely fit, but I'm somewhat fit, and I'm friendly, and I know how to cook, and I speak the language, and I can go swimming. You know what I mean? Without having a problem. I have natural hair, it's curly. Like all I have to do is put some conditioner in it, and we have a great time. So I get very confused about those types of conversations.
But
You understand what I'm telling you?
But Nikki, the reality.
No, but I get it. They're generalizing, saying just black girls. I get it.
No. But what I'm saying is no. They're demonizing people who have an alternative lifestyle, and they feel justified in doing it. But when somebody demonizes their lifestyle, they clutch their pearls. Because
Mhm.
how are you going to clutch your pearls for you sitting there spending
Hey,
thousands
Nev.
of dollars
Hey, Nev.
on
Hey,
prostitutes?
Nev.
But then when someone is sitting there living an alternative lifestyle, you feel like, oh, look at this motherfucker. He making black men look bad. Nigga, so is you.
Right.
Yeah.
So is
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
It's
got
like
you.
That's
just be
my
honest.
issue.
Just be
Right.
honest.
You both are
Yes.
the same.
Yeah. Well, here's the
That's my
thing. I think that for whatever reason, I think one being views, right? One being views. The second being trying to be grandiose on,
3 hours.
a platform. You understand? Look at me. I'm in my alternate universe, and I'm creating this life for myself, and I want people to think and feel that I'm this, and that, and the other. I was watching or actually listening to a podcast that spoke about that earlier today. It really speaks specifically, in my opinion, to that. And I appreciate meeting black guys that are like, look, Nikki, I like what you like. Meaning like I'm dating these Hispanic ladies the same that you're dating these Hispanic guys. Like it's cool and I don't have to disrespect you. You don't disrespect me. We have a good time. But I did want to kind of piggyback, like say a little bit about what old girl had said to what did you say, J Day, about the girl that talked about she was used to like bigger guys in bed or
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Because somebody asked, "What do you think about?" They wanted your opinion on that, Nikki. Easy Worland said, "Yeah, no." Basically, what he said is that he's an average dude, and he has always been transparent with black women about it. And
have a
after he have sex with them, they go ghost on him. You know what I mean? So he has had that problem for years. So he's just stopped dating them altogether, and he started dating foreign women, and it's just he's happy. He doesn't have any problems with foreign women. So um, I guess the question is, do you think that black women generally prefer women with, what I mean? Are they what's the word to say? Are they judgmental? I guess when it comes to the size of a man's
They
penis.
prefer men with big dicks.
Yeah.
Black women like men with big dicks only. Basically,
I'm
absolutely.
I got
trying
to
to see.
shortcut it. I
Here's
got to
the deal.
shortcut
Here's the deal. Now wait a minute. Let a black woman speak on
it.
it
Okay,
real
all right.
quick, and then
All
I'm
right,
gonna
now
let, and then we're gonna,
I'll answer the question.
and then we're gonna let
I
you
don't
have your
prefer,
comedic take on
I
it,
don't prefer
Rico.
a baby.
You didn't lie. You did not lie, sir. Um. Okay, let me get myself together. The, the bottom line is the delivery of that. And I'm going to tell you something. The way that women are wired, we are more so wired on emotional connection, more so than the sexual thing, because as far as size goes, right? Like that's not the thing. It's more, are we making a connection? Do we love each other? Are you treating me the way that I enjoy being treated? And here's the deal: 9 times out of 10, when a man treats a woman with the utmost respect, he loves her, he loves her family, he's just all around a good connection. She's not saying, and again, 9 times out of 10, she's not saying this, oh my God, he is great, but he's little. Her mind, when she's in love with how he's treating her mind doesn't go to that. Women are resourceful. Women will figure out a way to make the sexual thing come together where it works for her because she's in love with him. Let's be very clear about that. Absolutely. If I love you, I'm not about to let that ruin how I like how the fact that I finally found somebody that I can connect with, because women, we're very much mentally connected when it comes to a sexual encounter, when it's someone that we are in love with, not someone that we're trying to make money
Right.
off of. Again, we have to
Right.
keep things in perspective, specifically what we're talking about. Now, when we're talking about, I want to have a good time. Now, if I want to have a good time, I'm looking for the big guy because it's not an emotional connection. It's a physical connection at that time.
Can
So
I
let's
add,
be clear about that.
can I
Okay.
add something to the conversation? And I think that Jade, the question or the way that you said that the guy proposed it, I think the guy was completely dishonest. Literally, he stipulated, okay, the person that wrote to you, he stipulated that black women want men with a big dick, right? That was it. What he stipulated.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty
Okay,
much.
okay. So then basically what this man was telling me is he's only been with black women. Because if he had been with other women, he would have learned that all women want a man with a big dick. Not
Mm-hmm.
just
Right.
black women, white
Mm-hmm.
women, Hispanic
Oh,
women, Asian women.
hey,
They
I can tell you
they
about that.
want to be satisfied.
Right.
And he was lacking in the area. Now he went to another area that he thought, because this is what black men do.
Wait,
He
wait,
You
wait.
said, oh,
Hold on. I'm glad we have another black woman on this panel. Shawnee B said, I'm sorry, I don't agree. Sex is always important.
exactly.
Yeah,
Shania,
yeah.
her
Shania.
name is
Nah.
Shania.
So
Shania.
what I'm saying,
Shania, will you click the link and hop
yeah,
in
Janai,
here
please,
because we want to hear
please,
you talk about it. Click
please
the
hit the
link
link.
and let me know if you can't get the link.
Drop the link again, Nikki. But because here's
Okay.
the thing is that like this guy might have been in the space, and what he did is, and black men do this, right? We like to
Mhm.
think, oh fuck, I can't please the sisters. I'm gonna go over there and please the white girl. I'm like, white girls like big dicks too. They do too.
You better,
Philip,
and
So
sometimes
Latinos do
even
too.
more so than us.
right.
Right.
So this
On the point
interpretive.
side.
Now, just because you're in that space and some white girl over there told you, "Oh, daddy, you killing it, you killing it," don't mean you really is, right? That's what I'm saying is, it's like it's what I'm saying is this. It's the same way like when we started this big fight, right, Nikki? And what I was pointing out to YouTubers in the space is that they push this narrative like, oh man, you come over here, you get a Dominican, and they do. I'm like, look, this is what I'm talking about when I talk about the evolution of the inflated ego, right? Men come over to the DR, Colombia, Brazil, Thailand, and the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
They end up with sex workers, whores. What
right,
is a working girl's job? The first part of her job is to make you feel good about yourself.
no
Mm-hmm.
matter what. Right, no
Number
Right.
matter what.
one.
Right.
Number one. Hey, Poppy, me more.
I
Right?
love you.
I don't love
Yeah.
your ass, and you ain't my
Yeah.
motherfucking daddy.
Right.
I know
It's
that's
part
right.
of the script. It's part of the script. I'm sitting here watching
Absolutely.
niggas. I'm sitting here watching niggas being excited about. She asked me if I ate. I'm like, are you serious? No,
Oh my God.
no. Come on now, you gotta walk with me now. Because this is what I'm like, this is what makes the male Negro mind excitable. Something as
Right.
basic as that. These basic things, because what you're doing is you're driven by your sexual desires.
Right.
And
Right.
what you do is you've seen a pretty girl with a BBL, because it's not a real ass, it's a BBL. We all know what a BBL looks like. No,
Hmm.
I'm not making it up. Am I making it? Come on now. I'm
Nah,
gonna step
keep preaching.
back
Keep
because
preaching.
everybody says, I say what we all don't see.
Mm-hmm.
We all see it. So what I always said is it's the evolution of an elevated sense of self-importance. So they make you believe you are more important than what you are. That is
Right.
their job. I
Mm-hmm.
accept that. If I decide, hey, shit, I'm gonna go out here and get me a $200 hooker, that bitch better make me feel good because I'm paying her. But
That's right.
I'm not really what she says I am. I'm
Right.
paying her to make me feel like that in the moment. But you have to sit there and snap out of it. It's this lack of ability to snap out of the fantasy after you went into, you're going into a fantasy. You can't come out of the fantasy and still believe in the fantasy. It was a dream.
Right.
And what they do is they become so overindulgent in this inflated sense of self-importance, which is unearned and undeserved. So, nigga, you ain't a poppy or a king. You ain't a king without a kingdom, motherfucker.
Right.
So this inflated sense of belief of what you hold sway over, which you don't, then you get offended when someone tells you, shut the fuck up, you're nobody. You knew you was nobody when you went into the room. Now you're mad because you came out the room and somebody told you, you're still nobody. You was nobody when you went in, motherfucker, you're nobody when you come out. Nothing changed. But because in a momentary space that you were in there with that whore, she made you believe. That's okay. That was make believe. That's why we
The fantasy. The fantasy. Absolutely.
That's where all this shit comes from.
Well, Rico, Easy Railing says, Rico, that doesn't address the relationship problems in America.
I'm not trying to address the, okay, all right. So here we go.
I don't know that we were talking about that to begin with.
We're talking about the
no disrespect, Easy.
Right. So you're complete. I'm not addressing the relationship problems in America. I'm just telling you that this so-called solution that you're describing ain't a fucking solution. It's make believe. It's Inception. You know, it's like the movie. It's Inception. Oh, fuck it.
Yeah, it's
I'm
okay.
fucked up. So literally, we have a YouTuber who says, I'm fat. I'm obsessively fat. I can't fuck nobody in America. I'm not going to mention his name. Literally, he admits it. But I go to the DR and I can get all the pussy I want. I pay extra because I'm fat. Just say it.
Oh, you pay a fat
I
tax.
pay extra because I'm fat.
Not a fat
I pay extra
tax.
because I'm fat in Thailand, and I get all the pussy I want, right? So is that real or is that not real? Is that real or is that not real? That's real.
And you know what? I appreciate him being honest. Like, here's the thing. He's not saying, oh, the girls love me. Like, what's his name? Oh, oops. I'm not going to say names because I guess I feel like today we're not supposed to say names. But let me just say it like this. The little fella that goes to like the cheap, well, not cheap places, but some of the little Airbnbs, and he has the unattractive or like the 5s and 6s of the Dominican women.
Is this Nick, is this a YouTuber you referring to?
Yes, G Styles. Thank you, sir. I didn't say it, but they're gonna shit on my name.
Wait, TMI said
I said it. I gonna shit it on. And you know what? Let me say this. No. Let me say this.
No. G Styles got me because I don't know who this guy is. So now I gotta go and check out his channel now.
J-Day in Brooklyn. I love that brother. I have I got 1,000 times more respect for him than these other fuck niggas that sit there and cry because he admits it. He admits it. The rest of these lying motherfuckers will pretend that they're not the same as him. He admits it. Now, I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm saying he admits it, and the rest of these lying motherfuckers will sit there and tell me, oh, this is my girlfriend. She loved me, and blah, blah. Man, get the fuck out my face with this shit.
When they say that to you, do you ask them like, oh, so what do y'all talk about like on a daily, like, so what, like, what's the enlightenment? Like, what did you, because like for me specifically in my relationships, I could sit and tell you, like, we talk about, you know, like stoicism or stoicism, Taoism. We talk about like life goals and how to complete them, what type of businesses we're going to do.
Can you hold on for 1 second? Let me say this one thing, J-Day. okay? Because I want to address Easy Rollins' point, right?
That's my dude. Shout out to Easy.
And oh shit,
I know, I love Easy. You know, we love it. Cheers to Easy. We love Easy. Of course, absolutely.
And Easy, you know, I'm gonna get your ass on the back end of the month. So literally, he said, and this is the question. This is where I'm literally telling black men, you niggas got to start listening. You got to start listening, because what Easy is saying is what's said a lot throughout the space. He talks about the marriage rate being below 50%, and that's absolutely true, and a high divorce rate. What do you think the marriage rate is in the Dominican Republic?
They don't get married, really.
They don't even get married.
Thank you. J-Day. Motherfucking mic drop. Motherfucking mic drop. So literally, it's like how do you conflate them being above? Well, they don't even get married. They just shack the fuck up.
Just around, you know.
Right.
Why?
And the thing is,
but they will literally tell you, "Oh, black women don't get married." I'm like, them bitches ain't getting married over there. They be like, me exposed. Like, that ain't her fucking husband.
Well, we all know.
Right.
We should be clear in knowing that.
No, she ain't went to no church. She went to no government, because what happens is, in a lot of these poor countries, marriage is the fucking luxury. 90% of them are not getting fucking married. Get the fuck out of my face with this bullshit. So when we push these narratives, we gotta stop that shit. That's
I mean, it is a lot of, and I remember when I first learned about that like 10 years ago. I'm like, dog, all these times that, you know, I was like hanging out with girls and they're like, yeah, girl, my husband. And then me being part of the culture, when I would have a boyfriend for a good amount of time and he's talking about we're going to get married, I start saying, mi marido, mi esposo. You know, I'm doing the same thing. Like, yeah, my husband. And we'll get a goddamn, well, I haven't signed the paper. But here's the deal. What I have learned for them culturally is that when they've lived together with their man for a couple of years, and specifically if they have children with him, oh, that's my husband. But what I don't understand is, well, then why didn't y'all go and sign the paperwork? Like, what happened with that?
But Nikki, if that's the reality, then we got a fucking 80% marriage rates, because a lot of bitches is shacking up here in the States. You know, if we're going to take that same narrative, I know plenty of women who have kids and live with their baby daddy, and they're not married. So if we're not counting them as married because they did not get married through the court, or they did not get married through the church, then we can't count them. And I'm like, they have a higher single mother rate, because we say if the woman's not married, she's a single mother. They have a significantly higher single mother rate than black women. But these niggas won't look at it that way. I'm like, man, if y'all don't get out my face with this bullshit.
You know, it's so weird.
He says black people do the same. What do you mean as far as what?
No, he's saying as far as Rico. No. As far as shacking up, living together.
Okay. Yeah. And quickly, guys, we have 5 more minutes because we're already at 2 hours and 48 minutes. So we have 5 more minutes.
Over. Yeah.
I'm just pushing back on people who will sit there. It disgusts me when I hear black men fetishize and romanticize other cultures, and they say like their culture is better. So literally, I watched earlier a short where the 25-year-old said 80% of American women are overweight. Untrue. It's probably like 27%. It's literally 27%. There are more overweight men in America than women. Now, I think he was trying to say black women, but he didn't. He said women. And then he said 80% of Thai women are fit. Totally untrue. There are more overweight Thai women than American women. There literally is. But niggas just say some shit and they just believe it. And literally, this is how, because see, what we don't see when they're promoting Thai women, we don't see all the fat bitches that's over there.
Right. Full of and I see them because I'm there. I see
the country's full of them, right?
Yeah, I see them.
But we just don't see
They're eating good. They're eating real good.
It's funny though. When I went, I barely saw a fat Thai woman. I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't know. Maybe I was in the wrong place, but I didn't really see any fat, overweight Thai women.
Nah,
But
they got some
the
fat
country
ones,
is full of them, whether you see them or not.
Listen,
Don't forget.
listen.
Excuse me. Don't forget. For their size, we look at them because they may be curvy and kind of thick to us. They're really overweight because they're small, they're small frame.
5'1" and 5'2".
Yeah, they're overweight, but we look at them and go, "Oh, that look good. That's what I like," because it's small in our eyes, but it's actually the national average for them is overweight.
Because you know why, Brooklyn Nomad? Yeah. But if you paint her ass black, oh, that bitch fat.
Yeah, right.
Correct. And listen to me. Let me just say this. Let me, guys. I'm gonna start it off with my exit thing, right? So then I'm gonna let each one of you guys do yours, and I'm gonna close this out because this is good. This is great. It's great. It's great. And listen, I gotta get out of here. I have so much going on right now in my life.
Go ahead, Nikki.
But what I was gonna say is that if you guys only knew how many American guys hit me up constantly. I'm on mute. I'm on mute. Let me see who am I gonna mute because there's some background. I think. Let me see. Is it you? Okay. Oh, I don't know. Let me see. Nope. No, I don't think it was you. I think I got it. Okay. Yeah. I think it might have been you. Okay. Anyways, I think we're good. Let me see. Let me check Brooklyn Nomad. See if it was him.
It was me. I had. It was me.
Oh, it was you. All right. Let me see. Yeah, but now I hear a dog. I don't. Anyways, ADD. Let me finish up. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna unmute everybody. Um, what I was gonna say is that if you guys only knew, thank you, press 53 or press 3. If you guys only knew the conversations that I have with my American homeboys all the time. Oh my God, we're not understanding each other. Oh my God, I'm so frustrated with her. She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. This and this and this and that. And
Yeah.
I'm always telling them, like, let me tell you something. The problem is that you guys do not have clear communication. Understand that in English, a lot of times, as Americans, men with women, we have difficulties communicating. So imagine literally speaking two different languages and not being able to communicate clearly. And again, here I am, like, well, she already told you X, Y, and Z, and you're still dealing with blah, blah, blah. And you're telling me X, Y, and Z, and she wants to complain to me about what you're doing. And I'm letting her know, well, duh, no shit, Sherlock. Like, that's what it's going to be because you guys are not on the same page. So, again, I'm going to leave you with this. When you're wanting to have an actual honest conversation and relationship with someone, you have to be on the same page and it has to make sense. It's not just going to magically happen when you don't speak the same god dang language. Okay. So I'm going to leave it at that. That's my piece. And again, once you stop judging yourself, you'll stop judging others. That's my favorite quote written by me in my book, Trust Your Dopeness. And then I'm going to take it on over to my boy, Brooklyn Nomad. Please do your exit.
All right, I knew you was gonna come to me. I wanted Rico to go first, but I go ahead.
Did you really?
Yeah, well,
I can go first. Let me go first.
Okay. Let's let.
Let me go first. Let me say this first and foremost. I enjoyed the conversation. I really more so than absolutely appreciate you coming up here, brother. Brooklyn Nomad, Jada, you know you my guy, and the beautiful and brilliant Nikki as always. I think the conversation was good. I appreciate it. Coach letting me get, shit off my chest. We know we went through earlier in the week. And And again, like I said, I don't change my perspective. And even when we talked about the topic of people doing, unauthorized filming, I believe in what I believe in. Don't think I'm always right. Not always trying to be right. Really don't care. But I like all the different perspectives. The thought, brother DMR, he brought the bangers today. Brother Brooklyn Nomad, you brought it. J Day, I just think all of it is good. Dr. HB Black and everybody. Yeah, y'all can debate with me in the chat. That's fine. The link is the link. We will have the debates. Anybody and everybody. I'm going to settle in where I'm going to settle. I'm going to go where I'm going to go. I just wanted to say, I love you and I thank you. I thank all you guys for the conversation. And thank you, Nikki. You are an integral, irreplaceable part of the family of the Dominican route. We could not do this without you. And for all you manginas, eat a dick. That's all I can tell you. Eat a dick, be one. Have a great night.
My God.
Oh
Thank
my
you,
God.
Rico.
Oh, man, I gotta find
Wow.
Hey, I'm just gonna come in and keep mine kind of short. I just appreciate this space y'all allow me to get in. So I was able to be a part of it. I enjoy it. When he goes, I know it started with the camera stuff, right? The illegal filming and all that. I'm like this. Once my take on it is this: once people start living in these countries and not being tourists, because I think it's more the touristy people that's doing it, right? You come over, stay 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you go back home, you want to show all your friends and this and that. But once you actually live in there, all that stuff tones down.
It does.
We got more tourists going than we got the expats actually living.
Right.
And that's why the government is coming at us hard and this and that. And when those guys leave, the ones that's living there, we the ones that pay for it because they seeing us every day.
That's right.
So
Man, that's a good point.
If we do something that's on a 1% to 2% out of line, they magnify that for the person that did that 90% and got away. And that falls on our shoulders. So
Absolutely.
as I say, nomad travels. I love to travel. I'm always going places. So when I'm walking, I'm always on eggshells because I know somebody been there before me before I walked in, and now the target is on me. So, But again, I appreciate y'all. Jada, I'm going to talk to you later on.
Right.
Listen.
I appreciate you guys having me on the platform. And hopefully we can do this again. I really enjoy this. I do. Actually,
hold on, J Day. Hold on a second. Let me let him off of here. I gotta let Nomad out of here. Thank you, Brooklyn Nomad. I'm gonna take you down, and then I'm gonna let J Day have his moment. Thank you, love you. You're always awesome. You're always welcome back. We're absolutely gonna do this again. You're incredible. I'm gonna let you down now. Mwah. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. So
okay, now I wanted you to have your moment.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you for let me have my moment. And I just want to thank everybody for allowing me come on the platform. I love Coach John's platform, and I really appreciate him having me on and allowing me, to share my experiences in DR. And I just look forward for us to get together to do it again. I don't know if John mentioned to you that they want to create a platform. A podcast with all of the YouTubers and just sharing informative information, talking about the good, bad, and ugly. So we're pretty much working on that now. So hopefully soon the viewers will have a date for you guys. So yeah, so y'all look forward. Y'all stay tuned for that as well. All right.
Super exciting. Thank you for saying. Thank you for coming along, being a part of this today. And me and you still have our date.
Listen, just let me know. I'm all over the place, but it's okay. Just let me know when you're ready, and I'll make that time.
Look, where to say.
One thing I will tell you, when I had you on the platform, the brothers was in the inbox. Who's that girl? Who's that? Yeah. So I gotta have you back on for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. I'm excited. So look, we're gonna make it happen. Absolutely, without a doubt. And I'm gonna shoot you a text when I'm done with this, and we'll try to
Okay.
orchestrate another time because I still have the what is it called?
The title?
No, the thumbnail. I still have the
Oh,
thumbnail. I love that thumbnail. It's very nice. You
okay.
saw it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We'll talk. We'll
All
talk.
right. All right,
All
guys.
right. Have a
Rick,
good night. Get
shout out to Rick James. Rick James is one of my viewers. Shout out to him. He's always supportive of the channel. I appreciate you, Rick James.
yes. Shout out to
Again.
Rick James.
All
Absolutely.
right, guys. Have a good night. I'll be talking to y'all soon.
You too. See you soon. Thank you. All right, guys. So it's just a little lonely. All right. I think we had a great show tonight. I know that we kind of went from like A all the way to Z to like Pluto and things like that. But no, I think tonight was a great show. Thank you guys for supporting us. We love, 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 love you guys so much. And we have a lot of awesome things coming up. We're working on some, let me just put it this way, we're working on some resources that are going to continue to help you guys have your best traveling experience in the Dominican Republic. Great times, safe times, all of that. So again, thank you guys for your continued support. Please, if you guys have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. It's La Nikki Oficial. And actually, let me put it in the chat. Oh shoot, dang it. Let me put it in the chat real quick. Carl, I'm actually gonna text you in just a second. So it's La Nikki. Oops. Lord have mercy. Laniki Alfie. And I spelled official incorrectly on there, but it's spelled this way. So that right there, oh Lord Jesus, I still spelled it wrong. It's LANIKIOFFICI. Okay, there we go. Yes, Rick James, I do talk about travel on my channel. And I talk about all the times that I've had there and all my adventures. And I actually have like a little safety segment too, like safety tips and tricks for the Dominican Republic. So definitely look it up. That is actually the correct one right there. La Nikki Oficial. All right, La Nikki Official. Okay, guys, I'm getting out of here. We love you guys. We're continuing to grow. We're nearly at 10,000 followers, or subscribers, I should say. And I think we should do like a little party or something to celebrate that. That'll be fun. We love you guys. Bye. Mwah.